A woman clings to a cliffside outside of Kodiak-Alaska. 200 feet of jagged rocks below her, and 200 feet of a sheer wall above. Stranded on a ledge barely wide enough to stand, she manages to signal a passing boat far away. Her only hope now rests with the crew of the United States Coast Guard Air Station Kodiak. Welcome to the Real ResQ Podcast, where we are proud to be part of Vertical Magazine's Helicast Podcast Network. Recording alongside the Hangar Z Podcast, the Helicopter Podcast, Valor Flight Crew Podcast, and Vertical MRO Podcast. Real voices, real stories, and a real commitment to professional excellence across our industry. Check them all out at verticalhelicast.com. A special thank you to our sponsors for this episode: Airbus, pioneering sustainable aerospace for a safe, united world. Check them out at airbus.com. Axness, their mission is wireless intercom. Check them out at axness.com. Centum Lifeseeker, the airborne phone location system. Learn more at centum.com. Metro Aviation, lifting humanity to the most uncompromising yet sustainable standard of safety, period. Check them out at metroaviation.com. Ready Bar, one bar equals one meal. Created for astronauts and now built for you. Use the discount code RESQ10 to save 10% on your order at getreadybar.com. And if you want to help support this podcast even further, go to the realresqstore.com and get some killer swag. Now, it's time to get into our episode with our guest, who brews his own beer, is a die-hard Georgia Bulldogs fan, has completed 2 full Ironmans, placed top 10 in a Spartan championship, and has his sights set on a High Rocks championship. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome United States Coast Guard rescue swimmer number 243, my brother, Kurt Revels. My name is Jason Quinn. I am United States Coast Guard rescue swimmer number 500. These are my rescues and rescues from those of us that put our lives on the line every day so others may live. This is the Real ResQ Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Real ResQ Podcast. Today, I've got a brother with me that I've been asking to come on for quite a while. He's one of my best friends from the Coast Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, United States Coast Guard rescue swimmer number 243, Mr. Kurt Revels. What up?
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Good. Hey, cheers for this one.
Right on.
We're drinking Quinn's Whiskey, the Real ResQ Edition, all right, because we did say this was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. We had a different bottle we were going to use, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Let me keep that one.
Yeah. Because you have your bottle, which is your number.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And this is also episode 243.
Correct.
Coincidence? I think not. No. So to give everybody a context about what's going on, we are at your house, chilling in your backyard.
Yep.
Nice place, by the way. We really dig it. Yep.
CrossFit Open weekend.
That's right.
Well, last weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we just did the CrossFit Open, and then we just did
High Rocks.
High Rocks. Yeah. So you were like, hey, you're just going to come here and work out the whole time.
Out.
Let's go, dude. It's been epic. Oh, dude, I love it. But now, and finally, like I said, I mean, I finally get you on here to get some of your stories. And there's a couple of reasons why I'm really excited to have you on. So the first one is, like, you were a big mentor for me as a young swimmer in Kodiak. We were on nights together, and you just a lot of tips and tricks that I learned from you. And I'm excited about that. And then my very first rescue, which we're going to talk about later, should have been yours.
That could have been mine.
Could have been yours.
Didn't need to be mine. Could have been any one of ours.
True. With the way the duty schedule.
That's a good way to start your career right there.
I was happy.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's been good. So you and I have been friends for a very long time.
Yes.
So, yeah, met in Kodiak, and then, like there's a lot of context to this story. So we're going to be talking a lot about a lot of our adventures together. So, which will be very fun. But before we get into that, dude, give everybody a background.
So first of all,
yes,
congratulations on where this has gotten to, because
Thank you.
Yeah. I remember being there when this was just a thought in your head. And it's taken you 243 episodes to get me on. So, yeah.
Thanks, dude. Knuckles. Boom.
I mean, this is like from the beginnings, from episode 1 till whenever this comes on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gotten better and better.
Well, thank you.
Listening to some of the stories, I'm like, ooh.
That's because you're on the road.
Crazy people out there.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Yeah. I'm like, would I do that in the same situation? Yeah, probably.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Right on.
All right. So about me.
Yeah, about you. A little background about you. We're from.
Yep. So I was an Air Force brat growing up. So I've been all over the place. Most of my childhood, I grew up in Panama. That's Central America, Panama, not Panama City, Panama.
Okay.
And I called Georgia home because that's where I went to junior high, high school. So the teen years were in Georgia. So I called Georgia home.
Right on.
From there in Georgia, that's where I started my Coast Guard career. Coast Guard career been all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Which we're going to get into.
Yeah. Yep.
What made you want to join the Coast Guard?
Well, I wasn't joining the Coast Guard at first. It was that typical, my dad was Air Force.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, looking at the Air Force, going to be the whole PJ thing. You know, like, everybody. Like, you hear the stories. I'm like, dude, this sounds just like my story.
Yeah. I was going to be.
I was going to be a PJ.
I was going to be a PJ. All our PJ buddies right now, listen to this one. Yeah, of course
sure
you were. Yeah. Whatever.
But,
we went swimmer.
Like, I don't know. I mean, it's so long ago. I don't know if what I'm about to say is correct or not, or maybe it's changed. I have no idea. But at the time when I was looking at it with the recruiters, they were like, it's not like the Coast Guard where you can sign up for a class, go to the class, make it through. You had to be like chosen from boot camp, or they had to like see you and you had to qualify for a chance to go work with those guys.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't know. Like, what if they're there and I have a bad day?
Yeah,
What if I'm not doing well? What if I'm sick and can't really perform? I didn't want to leave like my ambitions for a career in someone else's hands. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could give it to me and I screw it up, then I'm okay with that. But if I'm kicking ass and someone says, I don't like you, and just, kicks me off the island, I'm not cool with that.
No, yeah.
So that kind of fell through, and it's the same story with everybody, I guess. The only Coast Guard I remember back then, because it wasn't near the ocean, was Gilligan's Island. When the Coast Guard helicopter goes out,
Oh my God, that's funny.
And this whole Gilligan's Island thing, and then Top Gun came out. And I watched that. I was like, oh, dude, that was kind of cool. I could probably do something like that.
Yeah.
And then what really threw me over the edge was Jeff Tunk's rescue in Reader's Digest.
Yeah, the Bluebird.
Dude, like that's epic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do that. Yeah. So then you go talk to the recruiter and bing, bang, bong. I was in boot camp.
That's awesome. And actually, shout out to you in boot camp. You were also on the ceremonial honor guard in boot camp as a little drill team guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Made life a little easier in boot camp, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean,
you're
on a ceremonial detail.
Yeah, but you have senior guys. So it wasn't like there was only like 6 of us that went to ceremony detail, but there was so we were a Foxtrot. So there was like Echo people in there, and then there was Delta people in there. So there were senior guys.
Yeah.
So when you went in there, they kind of like buttoned you up pretty quick, make sure everything was correct. There were no jelly donuts in the, the Foot Locker type of thing. So you weren't screwing it up. Of course, we still got, squad base destroyed and stuff, but typical.
Right on.
For boot camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just want to throw that out there because there's a great picture of you. It's, boot camp.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So you graduate boot camp. You have a little bit of a career prior to swimmer school. Where do you go?
I went from boot camp to District, New Orleans. So I'm in downtown New Orleans in a building, and we're bred different than sitting behind a desk.
Oh, yeah.
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 So me, like, gung-ho ready for swimmer school, and I'm sitting behind a desk doing computer work for the command master chief of the district area, who's a great guy. He was freaking awesome. Loved the guy. But it just wasn't for me. I'm like, man, what's going on here? So I was there for about 7 months.
Okay.
And Master Chief Lloyd, who was my command master chief, who later on became Master Chief of the Coast Guard.
Nice.
He was transferring to Alaska, and I walked in his office. I said, "You got to get me out of here. You got to, like, if you have
With
any
all
strings,
due respect, Master Chief.
I mean, you're the top dog, right? I'm sure you got strings you can pull." I said, "If you can get me out of here," I said, I'll leave tomorrow."
With all due respect.
And within like a couple weeks, I had orders to the Point Lookout, Morgan City.
Oh, nice.
So it's not even a year yet. I'm already at my second unit.
Dang. Holy cow. That's not normal.
Yeah. So while I was at district, I got all my stuff done for school pretty quick.
Yeah.
Almost 2.5 year wait list. So I'm on the Point Lookout, which was out of Morgan City, which was kind of freshwater.
Okay.
So we're inland, doing more inland stuff than in the Gulf, but we would go in the Gulf. So I'm on the Point Lookout for 9 months, and I got orders to school. And this is back when there was no airman program. There's no build up. Where it's, I think our boat was in dry docks. So it was like drinking every night, hanging out. We weren't standing duty or anything. It was just a free for all. And they're like, yeah, you're going to school in 2 weeks. And I'm like, the hell I am? I'm like not in shape. This is not going to work. Dude, talk about hunkering down. So, okay, here we go. Real life's about to hit you in the face. So get ready. And yeah, I went to school early. And I'm probably a little bit sure that Master Chief Lloyd had something to do with that.
Nice.
Because I was way down on the list.
Wow.
I had at least a year and a half left before I went.
Wow.
And I'm like, there's no way all those people in front of me turned it down. No way. So yeah, that's start of my career, right?
Nice.
Swimmer school.
Fun. And you went down to Pensacola, right?
So when we got done with our beat downs in Atlantic or East City, right?
Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
They send you to Pensacola.
Yep.
I was at the old school, not the new school. The old school got taken down by a hurricane, and I had a brick for a while.
Oh yeah,
I had like a brick of the school. But
that's cool.
I can't remember I don't know where that went.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but so old school Pensacola graduate. There was 2 of us that went down. We started with like 24 in the class. I think we graduated 11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the guys know, for most of the times for the coasties, when you go down, it's almost like not going backwards, but it's just.
Well, you guys train.
You're so well prepared for all the water crap you're about to get that doesn't phase you,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So it was post Marecki. So after what happened to Marecki, so the students were hitting you. And
student
on student.
Yeah.
And some of the students, you got to remember, are like on the bubble of quitting themselves, and they're hitting you. And us, we're going down. Take a breath. You go down a couple, and you're like doing your
nice and slow.
And they're like trying to get up to there. You're like, back down here.
So you're pulling them back up. Yeah. Get over here.
Come on down.
I didn't let you go yet.
Yeah. Let's hang out for a while.
Oh God, that's funny. All right, let me bring, unless there's anything in school that really stands out that you want to share.
There was Alpha. They call it Alpha Bravo Charlie A B C. I think that's what we called it.
Okay.
So our instructors were more about PT.
Okay.
Some of the other instructors are more about pool, so you'd get, just depends on where you're going to get beat down. So our instructors like the PT. Dude, there's the Coast Guard boat station there. There's like softball fields.
Yeah.
There's these ditches, softball field. We would roll around in the mud and then run down to the beach, like Navy SEAL stuff, sugar cookie. I'm like, what's the point of all this? What? I'm never going to have sand in my stuff. Which later on, I ended up having sand in my stuff. So, yeah, I guess
it was not relevant at the time. And it
really,
yeah.
There's a reason for everything, right?
Oh, God. That's so funny. You say that. I had sand in my stuff at one point, too. Yeah.
It's just the luck of the draw, I guess. Who your instructors are. We got more physical fitness beat downs than the water. The water wasn't, and it's typical. You're doing your water work, and you're obviously the instructors are in the water, but you're dealing with students.
Yeah.
And they'll come up to you and they're like, "You don't need that mask." You just lost it. A big wave hits you. It's gone. What are you gonna do? Like,
son of a.
So now you're doing it with barely see. Yeah. I enjoyed school. I really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a good time too.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it again, but I enjoyed it.
No, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Deal with that again.
No. But it was fun.
I had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. We had a good class. All right. So let me come to your first unit. You graduate A school. Congratulations. You're going to your first unit, which was?
It was Borinquen.
Borinquen, Puerto Rico.
So I'm like, now again, ready to charge.
Yeah.
Let's go. Rescue swimmer. Woo. Get down there. Oh, the swimmer program's still fairly new.
Yep.
Oh, we don't have swimmers down here. I'm like, what?
What the hell?
Yeah. So it's like, okay, so there they are.
Is that them?
Yeah.
Oh, we got the Coast Guard helicopter flying by right now. So you get to
Borinquen, like, well, what am I going to do now? So C-130s. Got to get qualified on one of them.
They had C-130s down there? Oh, I didn't know that.
They're like, we're not going to qualify you as a flight mechanic,
hoist op
on a 65 because that's not going to be your job. You're going to be doing swimmer work. I'm like, well, but I will already have everything else done, and all I'd have to do is the rescue swimmer portion. No, you're going to be 130 guy. I'm like, oh, man, I don't want to fly these things. Best thing I ever did, flying C-130.
Seriously?
Loved every minute of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Loved every minute of it. Such a cool job.
Yeah.
Sitting on the back of that thing, dropping stuff out. Looking, yeah.
Drop master, load master. Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't do a load master. My math sucks. I can't add numbers. So
just drop master, throwing shit out.
Let them load the stuff up. I'm like, oh, I kick it out. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, God, that's great.
So that was wonderful. Loved every minute of it. And then, so that was about 2 years. So I got almost like a year left when they're like, okay, I mean, we had all our gear. We had all the swimmer stuff. We were just waiting for a stand team to come down and,
check the box.
Give the magic thing.
Yeah.
We'd all done our 65, post stuff.
Yeah.
Pre stuff.
Pre-flight, post-flight.
Yeah.
Through
all
flight.
that stuff.
Yeah.
So we were heavy into that.
You're fully qualified up to the point where you can get in the water and start.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So then it's okay, we're just waiting for stand team to come down, and stand team comes down. Master Chief Farmer, love the guy.
Yeah.
I love him now. At the time I didn't know him.
Well, he smiles now.
Yeah.
He didn't then.
It's very intimidating, You're like a boot third.
Yeah.
Green, super green, because you haven't even been in a helicopter yet, right? Except for when they kick you out at school. And Tunks was coming down. I was like, it's like my idol. Like I read about him in the magazine.
Yeah.
It's on a pedestal, right? Funniest dude you ever meet.
Oh,
it's
gosh.
Awesome. So yeah, they come down. I fought to be like the first guy to go out. And I remember, it's funny. I don't know if Jeff will remember this, but the last the night flight after I saved him, you know, out of the water and everything. I made a card, I laminated a card. This is congratulations, you've just been rescued by SM3 Kurt Revels.
That is awesome.
And he looked at me, he was smiling, he was laughing. He goes, that's awesome. He goes, but don't do that. Like, don't do that.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah. That was fun.
That's fantastic. Nice. Well done. All right, so Stantee comes down.
Yep.
And you get your very first rescue.
So, my first flight we haven't even, like, you got to remember, you're not just qualifying the swimmers, you're qualifying the flight mechs as well. So, So once all the swimmers that were there were done, Stantee was gone, but we're still qualifying. We're still going out, getting all the flight mechs done and everything. So we're not even...
Nobody's actually really talked about that too much. That's right.
So, I mean, it's not like Stantee leaves and, hey, you guys are, like, in the rescue business.
Yeah.
No, we had to... I mean, there was, like, a month or two before we had enough people that were qualified in the duty rotation that we could actually stand a ready aircraft. I mean, they already were standing a ready aircraft.
Right. But with a swimmer.
Qualified flight mech, qualified pilots, qualified swimmer. Because you had pilots, too.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you had to get everybody.
Wow. Yeah, of course.
So my first flight, we weren't even a SAR ready rescue swimmer qualified unit yet when we went out. Because, I mean, granted, we're doing swimmer flights every day, right?
Yeah.
You're out every day doing, a lot of times it was 2 helos and you're just knocking them out. But yeah, we launched. There was big cutter out there. I don't know if they had a 65 on it from another unit or not, because we weren't on it. But we went out. There was migrants crossing, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna send a ready crew out there." And
you're the ready.
They're
crew.
Like,
not just ready crew, ready crew.
You're gonna go. I'm like, oh, sweet, right? I've been waiting for this my whole life, right? Fucking in, and so Mr. Connor, I can remember Mr. Connor because we played basketball. I think he was the assistant ops boss at the time. Big, tall dude like us.
Yeah.
Single pilot, and we had a flight mech and me. We take off. We're flying. We're cruising. I got all these things going through my head, you know, Maltese at school and stuff. I'm like, wow, I'm going to freaking do this and everything. And I'm sitting in the back, and then I just got like this flush of an adrenaline dump and like a hot flash. I was like, oh. And I had a vision in my head of the ready room, the wet room.
Yeah.
And fins on the drying rack. And I looked at my bag and I went, oh, man. I didn't bring my fins.
Oh,
I'm like, I went through school. I was a badass at school. I was like fucking, just rocking the PT standards, the swim and everything. And here I am, my first flight. I don't have my fins.
Oh, my God, dude.
So I'm like, okay, so how do you do this? Because you can't just go out without fins.
Yeah.
And in the pool, I've tried it. It doesn't work, right? So, and maybe that's another thing why they make you do it without fins. So you understand if you're out there without fins, this is what you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, all right, Mr. Connor. Yeah. I left some of my gear back at the base. I don't have my fins. He goes, relax, Kurt. We probably won't even use you. Like, if you've ever seen this before, it is crazy. Like migrant boats, there's like 50, 60 people on it. And if one goes down, he's like, it's madhouse down there. You're not going to do a 60-man multi. It's not going to happen, right?
Right on.
So I'm like, okay, relax a little bit more. So we're flying, doing our thing. And we got to the point where we needed gas. So Mr. Connor had his boat stuff. So we went and landed on the boat first time. Freaking cool. Landing on a boat in the middle of the ocean, right?
Yeah.
And so we gassed up. And he said, hey, why don't you come sit in the co-pilot seat? And we picked up a bunch of B4 bags with life jackets. So if something happened, the flight mech could throw stuff out.
Okay.
Because he asked me, he says, you haven't flown up here before? I was like, no. He's like, come up, sit up here with me. So we did one more, like, flying around, and they didn't really need us. So then we, went back to base. But that was my first, like, here we go.
Oh my God, dude. Dude, that's hilarious.
Yep. And I went back and put my fins in my bag. I said, that's never happening again.
Yeah. So is that this letter, you got a Commandant's letter of appreciation. Is this part of that? Was it that flight? Being the first?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So let me read this because this is kind of cool because this is a follow-up of that. So this is from, I almost said Master Chief again. It is not his chief. It's ASM Chief.
ASM when we were ASMs.
That's right. Aviation
Not
Survival
Master
Men.
Chief.
That's right.
ASM Chief.
My bad. So this is to ASM 3 Revels. Commandant's letter of appreciation. ASM 3 Revels has made an outstanding contributions to Air Station Borinquen during the period from May 1990 to May 1993. These contributions have come from personal dedication to duty with no thought to personal gain or recognition. Among ASM 3 Revels' contributions are his being the first to be qualified as a rescue swimmer at this air station. He was also launched on this unit's first rescue swimmer case. And there's a whole bunch more after that, but dude.
Yeah.
For these reasons and many more, I recommend that ASM 3 Revels is at least be awarded the Commandant's Letter of Commendation. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. I think they're calling that the first case because that was our first official full crew flight.
Okay.
Even though we didn't do anything.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Even though you left your fins.
We left that part out of the.
It's probably smart. It's probably
When he asked for like bullet points, yeah, I left that part out.
Nobody needed to really know.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
I did do a case before I left because I've already been there 2 years. All this is going on, so I only had like 8 months as a qualified swimmer in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
maybe a year. I don't know, something like that. Where were we doing? We were like flying. We were just flying the coastline, showing the colors. We were out on the other side of the island. We were on the east side, and there used to be a Navy base over there, Rosie Roads. And if we ever needed to, we could fly in there and land and gas, do whatever. Well, apparently there was a vessel that was coming from like the Virgin Islands to Rosie Roads area.
Okay.
It was a personal, but I think he was a Navy guy. Or it wasn't a Navy boat. It was like you and me, we'd go out and get our boat and we're driving it back. Okay, so he's headed to Rosie Roads. Well, he's got his family with him. So he's got his like older teenage son, his wife, and his younger like 6-year-old.
Okay.
And they're getting rocked, right? So he's calling somebody. I think he was talking to Rosie Roads, which then contacted us, and they asked us if we could assist them because the mom and the young kid wanted off the boat because they were sick. Couldn't keep anything down. They're just seasick.
Yeah.
So us as a crew were like, yeah, sure, we'll go out and see what it looks like, see if we can do anything. And we talked about it, and I was like, yeah, there's room. It was a decent sized boat.
Yeah.
And they were getting rocked. But I'm like, do this stuff all the time. It's nothing to us, right?
Right.
Just go down there and
Just put me in.
yeah. We'll trail line the basket. I'll put both of them in the basket, the mom and the son, because the mom was small enough and the son, I was like, one hoist, they're out, pick me up, we're gone. So that's what we did. Flew him back to Rosie, dropped him off. But I remember distinctly, like once I got him up in the cabin, and you're kind of doing your assessment and making sure everybody's okay, and they were just ill sick, couldn't keep anything down. And the little boy looks at his mom, and I could see his mouth moving because you can't hear because
right.
you get that. And I look and I see it's gonna be okay. So that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Did he say that? In my mind, he said that. Like It's going to be okay, to his mom.
Oh,
Like,
that's cool.
she was the one that was wigging out. The little boy was fine. I thought it would be different. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to keep this boy calm.
Yeah.
But the mom was like, she was stressing out with the little boy. I was like, dude, he's going to grow up to be a swimmer.
Yeah, but
He's nice and calm. I'm like, he just got hoisted, just lifted off a boat into a helicopter. You can't hear anything. And he's just like, it's going to be okay.
it's okay, Mom. It's okay.
I'm like, holy crap. That's awesome.
Oh, that's great.
But that was like my first official out the aircraft. Come back.
And getting somebody
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Dude, sick.
Couldn't tell you who the crew was. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's okay.
And it wasn't like we got launched. We were already out flying around, and then poop, hey.
That's awesome.
Yeah, let's go do this.
Dude, a lot of us get diverted from training.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's cool. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think it's happened again. Yeah, it did.
Well, according
Later
to some
on.
of the news articles that we're about to cover, it does say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my Borinquen time.
That's awesome, man.
Love Borinquen.
Good
You ever
time.
get the chance to go, highly recommend.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh. You know what? I remember you telling me stories when we were up in Kodiak about just different things you guys were doing, finding caves and swimming and doing swimming drills and
yeah. Yeah, and then Fleming just sent me that picture I showed you.
Oh yeah.
Us at the beach.
Rick Fleming. He hasn't been on the podcast.
Yeah,
We're working on it.
Sent us, the picture. We're
Yeah.
all at the beach just after it is Shack's Beach. And of course Cavallo lived like right down the street from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were probably out there doing our training and stuff. And okay, training's done. Crack open the beer. Woo-hoo. Yeah. I love Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's super fun. I think one of the other things I remember about you telling me about Puerto Rico, again, it's you and I have been together for so long.
Yeah.
Dude, 24 years we've been friends.
Yeah.
That's a long
24?
time. Yeah. Because I got there in 2000.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
sweet.
Yeah. But you were like telling me like you had a coconut tree in the backyard and the dog would go in like hustle all the
Dude,
coconuts.
chew the coconuts up. Yeah. He had cleanest teeth you'd ever seen. Because he's flossing his teeth all day long. Just tearing into it.
The shit I remember that you tell me. Did I mention you were my mentor in Kodiak?
Yes.
And I learned a lot from you. Okay, just checking. We're going to divert real quick to thank our sponsors. Ready Bar. Originally made for astronauts. Now designed for first responders and built for you. This high-performance meal bar provides complete nutrition without the sugar crash. A must-have for any helmet bag, swimmer bag, or everyday pack. Get yours today at getreadybar.com and use the promo code RESQ10 for 10% off. Ready Bar. Zero crash. All fuel.
So that's
All
my
right.
Borinquen days.
That's awesome. All right, your next unit, Chicago.
Yep, Chicago.
Which is no longer a unit.
Nope.
It's now an OpVac, right? They just part-time?
Oh, no, not even OpVac.
Because you have
I can't
Waukegan.
recommend anybody go to Chicago because it's not there anymore.
Yeah. All right.
I don't even think I think it's a golf course now. They tore everything down.
Did they really?
Yeah. It
Oh,
used
wow.
to be part of a Navy base. We had 2 helicopters. So 2 helicopter unit.
Oh, wow.
And in the wintertime, we closed the doors. Lock them.
No way.
I mean, there was always someone there.
What?
But yeah, in the winter time, so like Detroit and Traverse City in the Great Lakes, it's different than the city.
Yeah.
So in the city, it would ice up, but there's no shanties out there. There's nobody going out on the ice. There's no vessels on the ice.
Yeah, okay. So you got
What
nothing to do.
There's
Yeah.
nothing to do. So we didn't. So at some point, they're like, "That's why it's closed. It's gone." Right?
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's like it was different than Traverse and Detroit for that reason because no snowmobiles. It's a city,
Yeah.
And the only time we ever flew was if someone was having a party in one of the high rises and they wanted to see the Coast Guard fly by. They call on a flare sighting. We'd be just flying around.
Oh my God. What the?
I mean, that was what I used to think.
Okay. So that was off the record.
Yeah.
But on the record. This is pure speculation.
Speculation.
Absolutely. Allegedly, this was called it. I got you.
Yeah. But in the summertime, it's different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of boat activity, a lot of stuff going on.
Coming in and out of Chicago. Yeah.
Yep.
Big city.
Yep.
Big port.
That was my first water case.
Ooh.
It was in Chicago. Yeah.
We're getting a lot of first.
Yeah.
Very first rescue swimmer case out of Borinquen. Your very first out of the plane rescue. And now your first water rescue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy. Yep.
And this one, we did get launched.
Okay.
We're at this unit. And boop, boop, boop. I'm like, sweet. What is this? And apparently there were, got to set up the scene a little bit. So it's north of Chicago. So it's not like right in the city down there, but it's kind of like a beachside area with an inlet. So there's a boat ramp. So it's heavy traffic in it. It's not like on the, like California on the West Coast where you go somewhere and there's nothing around.
Okay.
So it's heavy traffic. And I guess there were a lot of boats offshore, kind of moored up. They anchor them offshore, and then they'll like motor in with their smaller boats, to the beach or whatever and hang out. Well, I guess brother and sister were going to swim to shore. Brother made it. Sister did not. Sister was, I think she was like 17, 18. And the boy was like 13, 14-ish.
Okay.
So she didn't make it. They couldn't find her. So it's like, okay, send him up. So we were up. As soon as we got on scene, we saw her. We're like, there she is. Got her.
Wow.
And she was.
That doesn't happen very often.
No, but
like
Chicago, water super clear.
Oh, nice.
Like it is crystal clear.
Okay.
Because Great Lakes, right?
Yeah.
We didn't even like do one flyby. It's like, there she is right there. Because you could see her. Because she had like a one piece, and it was like a black one piece with white polka dots or pink polka dots.
Okay.
So she stood out. I was like,
Wow.
So.
Oh, that's amazing. Most of the time you always hear it's like our last leg, we're low on fuel.
I've got one of those too.
Yeah, we're going to get into that one too. For the record, you know what? I'm going to cut you off right now because this is what you said to me years ago. I really don't have anything. I don't have any stories.
Yeah, I don't have
Bullshit. Here you are. Okay. Pink polka dot lady in the ocean. Got it. Let's go.
So we're like, okay, so we do like a quick orbit coming around. We're getting ready.
Yeah.
I'm already dressed out. Thank God. We pull into a hover. All the checklists are done. Free fall, boosh, in the water. I turn around, and I gave the ready, or not ready, but I'm okay. Usually you just hit the water, and you're like, I'm okay, and just start swimming. But I'm like, as soon as I hit the water, I'm like, I have no idea where she is. So I'm just going to look back and say, and thank God the flight mech goes. He gave me like a point.
Like an arm signal, yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
Because I would have swam a different direction. And he pointed, and I swam a little bit, and then I saw her, and I went down.
They're like our
They're our guardian.
Yeah,
angel.
no doubt. Like there are instructors too, like in the aircraft. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, that way.
Right there.
Yeah, roger that, going.
Go get her. Do your job. Hurry up already. So it's probably about 13, 15 feet of water. And if you ever seen it, she's face down. She's hovering just above the bottom. Right? So.
I'm sorry, from the bottom of like underneath. She's underwater.
Yes. Oh, she's underwater.
13 feet underwater.
Underwater.
Oh,
yeah. So
shit.
she's like, how long she been under? I don't know. Now, it's summertime.
Hold on. I got to back up a sec, bro. You see her you said
when we're flying by, yeah, we saw her underwater.
13 feet underwater. Yeah. Oh, my God, dude.
Dude, it's clearer than your bathtub. It's clearer than my pool. Some days it's so clear you can see like 50, 80 feet underwater.
Oh,
you can
my
see the stuff on the
God.
bottom. Yeah. In Traverse City, we'd swim out there all the time, and we're like, yeah, I'll go swim down to that. And you're like, no, I can't, because it's like way down there.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, the water can be super clear.
Okay.
So I go down. As soon as I see her, man, it's like jet. Pull her out of the water. As soon as I break the surface, there's like 2 John boats on top of me. Remember, because we're not the only ones searching. There's other people out there, like
looking.
At this point, she's missing. There's people looking.
Yeah.
As soon as I break the surface, guys grab her, pull her out of the water, put her in the boat, and took her away. And I'm like, is that it? You know?
Oh my God.
For me, I'm like, oh man. Okay. You know, so helicopter comes, pick me up. And we kind of loiter for a little bit. And then because of the time of the day and it's Chicago and where the hospital is, the fire truck's there, ambulances are there.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, she has some form of life. So they want to get her there expeditiously. Expeditiously?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll make up words if I have to. So they're like, can you guys land over here? Because there was space for us to land and get her to the hospital faster. And I'm like, all right, okay. You know, now we're going to started the mission. Let's finish it, right?
Yeah.
So we land. They're bringing her in. I can't remember if she was on a backboard or a gurney or what, but they're bringing her to the helicopter. And as soon as now, these are like the little things that I remember for cases. Like, it's ingrained in my mind. I can see it to this day. As soon as they wheel her under the rotor wash, she gets goosebumps. And I'm like, oh, there's a chance. This could be a good, she's got a chance. Now, mind you, the paramedics have already seen her, right?
Yeah.
I'm just an EMT.
Yeah.
So I'm not going with. They're taking the paramedic or the nurse or whoever was there. So they're like, we got to leave you here. We're going to, take her. We'll be back, pick you up. So off they go. And I'm like, okay, well, success. She's going to live. They're going to figure this shit out, right? She's going to be okay. So now, because I've put my fins, threw them in the back. My mask is in the back, but I'm in a wet shorty, wet booties. No cell phones this time. We didn't have cell phones back then. I don't even know what the number is to the base, to be honest with you, right? So they fly away. I see the Coast Guard boat that was out there. They're motoring away. I'm like, people, because there's a lot of people out there. They start disappearing. Like, it's starting to thin out. And I'm sitting there.
On the beach?
Yeah. Ambulance is gone. Fire department's still there. They're like, hey, you need to ride somewhere? And you're like, I think they said they were going to come back and get me. And I don't want to, leave. And then everybody's like, where's Kurt? Where's Kurt? So I stick around.
On the beach?
On the beach. And now I'm the only one there. I'm like, well, okay. I'm hanging. I have no idea,
Yeah.
Everything's a blur at this point. Now you're thinking, do I have to walk back? Like, what? I mean, the boat station's you can almost see it, right? But it's not like you can just walk to the boat. You got to walk out to the main roads and do all kinds of stuff. And I'm in a shorty and booties.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not walking out there. It's like, they'll figure it out. Eventually they figured it out because the plane got back to base and those guys, got off the aircraft and were eating lunch or dinner or whatever. And then the guys, the duty crew that was getting the plane ready, doing everything. They're like, hey, where's Kurt? And they're like, he's not back yet. The boat was supposed to bring him back. No, he's not back yet. I say I was left on scene, but I wasn't left on scene. I was forgotten on scene. Eventually, my
God, dude.
One of the guys from the boat station came in their truck, picked me up, took me back. And I'm not fuming at this point, but I'm just like, man, hours were gone. And I'm like, and because of where we landed, I'm kind of
oh, bro.
And the rotor's going and everything. I'm kind of sandy, so you get in your wetsuit.
Yeah.
Anybody that's a swimmer that's been in a wetsuit for a long time, you start getting the itch, and the sand, and you're just like, oh god, I gotta get this thing off.
Yeah.
So I get there and I'm hosing, I'm hosing my stuff off, and I'm like, all I want to do is eat, and the SAR alarm goes off. I was like, no freaking way, this isn't happening.
What?
Yes. And they go. And they're like, yep, launch ready, helo. There was 2 jet skiers and they collided into each other. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So now I got a wetsuit again, and I'm flying around in a wetsuit. Thank God. Well, by the time we got on scene, there were other people that were there and they had everything under control. But I was just like, oh, this is one of those days. One of those days.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't think she made it.
Oh, that's too bad.
But that was my first water case and first time left on scene.
Left on scene.
Yeah. At least I wasn't in the water with sharks swimming around. I was sitting on a picnic bench in Chicago.
Oh, man. Dude, that's funny. I am sorry to hear that she passed away.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And I did learn later on that
yep.
that's like the when your body does that, it's just
get the goosebumps.
It's one of those things that your body does.
Oh.
Like after death or whatever. Not that you'll get goosebumps, but it's still there's like the little things it can happen.
Oh wow.
Like the little things like that can still happen in the body.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cuz she probably hadn't been dead that long.
Yeah.
I know who knows how long she was like maybe treading water before she went under. I mean, you don't know. And I say that at Chicago, I was in a shorty, but it's still, it's like my pool. It's still like 74, 72 degrees.
It's not super warm,
no,
but
it's not super warm.
It's not like,
but it's not like
it's not
really cold.
Right.
And when you're flying around all winter in a dry suit, you're like, I don't care what the water temps is. Put my shorty in. Put my shorty on. And then there's those days where like, oh, I shouldn't have wore the shorts. Bad.
Please don't leave me on scene. Please don't leave me on scene.
No, I don't do that anymore.
Oh my gosh. Damn, man. Well done.
Yeah, and then it was
I'm sorry you were forgotten on scene.
Forgotten on scene.
Yeah. Now the crew might not admit to that.
No, they won't admit to that.
No. We remember.
They'll say we told the boat. They dropped the ball. Okay. All right, I believe you. I know you wouldn't do that.
Right. You wouldn't leave me here.
But with everything that they were dealing with, and
yeah,
I can see that they might forget something like that.
Oh, that's funny.
Because they honestly thought in their minds that the boat was going to pick me up and they were going to drive me back.
It actually kind of makes sense too.
Yeah.
And or jump on the fire truck. Hey,
yeah, because by the time they come out, they might have to refuel
to
come out and pick me up. It didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah. Just cruise back and
I get that now, but when they said they're coming back, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
I don't think they're coming back. Sun's going down.
Should I start building a campfire? Should I make my shelter?
I'm like, I don't have fins. I can't swim anywhere.
Oh my God, dude. That's funny. Holy shit.
That was pretty much my Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. Well, let's go to the next one. Because the next one.
So.
Mobile, Alabama.
Right.
Yep.
So I was in Chicago for 2 years.
Okay.
So this is my third air station in 5 years.
Wow. That's really good.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Because
they don't like
most
me.
of them, it's either 4 year or a 3 year.
Yeah.
Depending on where it is. And then you go for another 4. And most people.
So I did 3 years in Puerto Rico, which is usually what you do. But then Chicago closed at 2.
Yeah.
Which would have been 4. So now I'm in Mobile.
Wow. Okay.
But you start to think, you're like, well, maybe nobody likes me. Maybe they're kicking me out of here. Right?
Nobody knows the trouble I've been through.
No, we knew they were closing, especially in the wintertime when it's like you go home on a beeper. And it's really in case something goes on at the station and you have to go back. Because there was always one guy at the station for like a fire watch. Who knows? Yeah.
Okay.
Some weird stuff. But we weren't manning the ready at all. And if we did, it was like an hour response time. An hour to get into before you took off.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
So we were the last people anybody was going to call at the time.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traverse City would make it over there before we got to the aircraft and took off.
Wow. All right. Right on.
So Mobile, Alabama. Remember, hard charger swimmer. Let's
Yep.
do this. Let's go save some lives. Go to a training unit.
Oh, gosh. There's a lot of things I remember you tell me from being in Mobile and helicopters lined up. And
I really did like Mobile.
yeah.
I liked the guys there because the shop was big.
Okay.
Then in Puerto Rico, there was 5 of us maybe.
Okay.
And usually 2 of the guys were on nights. 2 or 3 of the guys were on nights. So there's 6.
Yeah. 2 guys on nights, 3 guys on day.
Yeah.
Or 3 and
3
3.
or 4. I think there was
Yeah.
4 of us.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a small group. In Chicago, it was a small group. Go to Mobile, there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, we could, got a football team.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And we can dominate
Yeah.
too. Oh, love
But
it.
yeah, I wasn't like crazy about it at first, but it grows on you because when you're not standing duty,
Yep.
right? So that you don't have that interruption. And they do it more now than they did in the past, but we started it when I was there. So when things come up other places and they need bodies, they pull them from Mobile.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
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 It's like
Now
we
they
need-
do.
Yeah.
Which is
Especially
amazing,
now. But
by
they,
the way.
they
Like,
started doing that
yeah.
while I was there because I went places. It was like, hey, we need bodies. And they're like, you go. All right.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they can afford it,
Yeah.
really. But yeah, you're there, you're training. You go out on a flight. You could be in the water for a while because it's a pilot. It's where they train the pilots.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
For specific aircraft. The pilots learn how to fly Pensacola, and then if they're going to be helicopter, they come to Mobile and they learn specific aircraft. So when they're in their water portion, yeah, they line up. You're like,
Helicopter.
yeah, there's 65. You go out with a 65, you're working with 65. 60 will come in. Hey, we want to do some work. All right, do whatever. 65 comes in behind them. Half the time you don't know which aircraft you're going back with.
Oh, my gosh.
But I enjoyed it. I mean, it was freaking awesome.
Well, you said, or you told me you had like
I had one
rescue-
case.
One
We had
rescue,
one
yeah.
rescue.
Yeah.
This was another one where we didn't get launched. We were, fortunately, we had a full crew because very rarely do you have a full crew. So if I don't know if it's the same now, but back then, if you had at least for the 60s, because it's a 2 pilot,
Yep.
you need 2 pilots
Yep.
in the 60. 65, you only need 1. So we may have been able to do that rescue with just a single pilot, but we had a full crew. But if the 60 was out there with a student pilot, if
Can't take it.
you can see them, you can't
Right.
really do anything.
Right.
But luckily, 65, we had a full crew. I think we were on our way to do swimmer work in Pensacola. And we were out that way. And there was a boat coming in. Diver came up too fast, had the bends. So,
Yeah.
so I was like, oh, this is easy enough, Boat just screaming through the water. And it was flat, beautiful day. Flight mech, again, beautiful. Guys are freaking awesome. Just boom, right on the back of the boat. And there's not a lot of room, with the dive bottles and everything back there, but right down there. Trail line the basket in, put the lady in the basket, up. Hook came down, gone. I was like, dude, like this is just like training,
Yeah. Only real life.
Flew her
Game
to
on.
flew her to Pensacola because I think they had the dive chamber
Okay.
or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm here for, But it's just a normal rescue flight.
Yeah.
There was nothing crazy, nothing insane, Yeah, all right.
This is what we trained to do.
Yeah,
And it went off perfect.
perfect. Yeah. I mean, they do that every day.
Yeah. Every day.
Yeah. Why do you want me on your podcast talking about stuff they do every day?
Because it's freaking awesome. And we all love it. Everybody loves it.
Right. That was my only Mobile,
Alabama. Yep.
Thinking now in my head, I do have one that Al, Shannon, and I, because we used to commute, because I lived in Pensacola.
Okay.
And he lived in Milton, and we would drive back and forth.
Okay.
So it was like an hour to work, hour back. But we had more fun in Pensacola than you do in Mobile, right?
Okay.
Because the beach is there and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So we were driving the highway one day, and the reason I think about this right now is because you just had Robert E. Lee on, right?
Yeah,
Those
sure did.
Flip-flops, yeah. So I'm like, when he was talking about that, I was like, yep, I've been there. We were driving to work, and it was raining, it was wet, so it was kind of slick, and there was a car that had slid off. And if you've ever driven from Pensacola to Mobile, they're building it up now, but it's a dead zone. There's nothing out there.
Okay.
And you got to remember, again, this was before cell phone time, right?
Yeah.
Old lady and an old man had slid off the road down like a gully almost, and like smashed into a tree. So we parked the car, and we're going down there. Al and I are both in flip-flops, and it's raining, and it's like red clay mud, and we're slipping and sliding all over the place, standing in red ants. I mean, we just got chewed up by the red ants. And we're making sure they're okay, and we're trying to flag people down to see if anybody can help or whatever. And like as soon as we came up the gully outside of there, the old people were still in the car because we didn't have anything. We wanted to wait till rescue crews came on scene. We just trying to make sure they were okay.
Yeah.
We hear another car coming down, and they start to see all the cars piled up, so they start sliding, screaming all over the place. And they went down the gully in the same spot and slammed right into the side of that car.
Oh, my God.
Right into the side of that car. I looked at Al. I was like, dude, we were just standing there.
Holy shit.
Just standing. At this time, my flip-flops are like clean off. I don't even know where they are anymore, you know? I'm walking around with bare feet.
Oh, my God.
So to this day, I make sure I have shoes in my car. If I'm not wearing shoes, there are shoes in my car.
Oh, that, yeah,
Because
yeah.
you never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So when I heard when Robert was on here talking about that, because I worked with Robert in Houston.
Nice.
So
Okay.
when I heard him talk about I was like flip-flop story, I was like, yep. Yep. Live and learn. I don't know if he might not keep shoes in his truck, but he probably should think about that.
Yeah, yeah. We'll let him know.
Yeah.
He'll think about it after this. Oh my God.
Yeah. So that entails the two like awesome things that happened while I was in Mobile.
You know, I love the fact that you guys are like traveling back and forth and respond. Car crash. Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. This is what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people
needs
drive right by like, oh, somebody
No.
should help that. No, that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's why I love what we do. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Like one of my favorite pictures of Lenny Cunningham is him walking up to a car on fire, and it's like a silhouette of him with a fire in the background. It's because of what we do. But this isn't about Lenny. This is about you. So I'll throw Lenny in there.
We could talk about Lenny later.
Yeah, because we're going to.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's Mobile, 4
Mobile.
years. That's it in a nutshell. Yeah.
We're going to divert real quick to thank our sponsors.
Airbus. Airbus provides the most efficient helicopter solutions to its customers who serve, protect, save lives, and safely carry passengers in demanding environments. Its civil and military helicopters are flying all over the world, making missions possible. Visit airbus.com for more information.
All right, so we get up into Kodiak-Alaska.
Kodiak-Alaska.
And now we got a couple here. And the cool part about it is like you got there a year before me, before I even got to meet you. And I don't have all the orders of the articles and stuff that are here, but you did some pretty cool stuff up there.
Yeah, I got there in 99.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a complete game changer from what you do down in the lower 48.
Like Real ResQs.
Oh, yeah.
It's Real ResQs.
Yeah. Because I remember being in the hangar and the SAR alarm went off and they're pulling the aircraft out. And I'm like, dude, there's it's like a foot of snow out there. We're not flying in this stuff, you know?
Yes,
especially from Mobile. Cause
yeah.
training flight, you know, it has to be clear blue 22, the whole thing. And they're like, yeah, we're going to get ready. Get your stuff. We're going. I'm like, we're flying in this? Okay.
Oh, game on.
Different ball game. Yeah, it's a completely different animal up there.
Agreed.
Yep. And so if you're coasting now and you're like, I don't know if I want to go to Kodiak, dude, go to Kodiak.
Yeah.
For sure, go to Kodiak.
Yeah, I agree. I actually, I as a seasoned swimmer and as a seasoned air crewman, I understand why they would not send a new guy up there. And myself and Pat Roach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an abnormality.
Yeah.
We were not supposed to go up there, but it was the only spot I could go. So I was like, oh, we need 2 guys in Kodiak. Roger that. I was like, oh, shit. It was welcome to Thunderdome, baby.
Yeah, it's like kick the baby fins off. Let's try to put the big fins on.
That's why I had you as my mentor. Didn't I say?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say it a couple times.
At that point, even with all the guys that were up there, I probably had the most freaking swimmer flights, you know, from Puerto Rico to Chicago, where there was just 2 of us, port and starboard, and then all the stuff I did in Mobile.
Oh, yeah.
I had a ton of swimmer flights underneath my belt.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which is plenty of knowledge, and why you passed so much to me. It was great. All right, let's get into a story. All right, here we go. Here we go. So this story right here made it into a news clipping. I don't have a date on it, but so it doesn't matter. But here we go. CG plucks hiker off 400-foot cliff. A Coast Guard helicopter plucked a 20-year-old hiker from a high cliff near Manila Beach on a Fognat Island Tuesday afternoon. An Air Station Kodiak helicopter crew hoisted Paula Jackson from the 400-foot cliff around 2 p.m. The pleasure craft Trophy 2 called Air Station Kodiak via VHF radio at 1:28, requesting rescue assistance for a hiker stranded on the cliff. An H-60 Jayhawk helicopter was diverted from training, which we mentioned, that happened, to assist in the mission. The helicopter crew arrived on scene at 2 p.m. and evaluated the safety of hoisting Jackson from the cliff. A rescue swimmer named Kurt Revels was lowered from the helicopter to the cliff. The swimmer then traversed the terrain to reach Jackson and secure her in a harness for the hoist. The crew hoisted her from the cliff shortly after 2:08 p.m. 8 minutes on scene, dude. What the... On a 400-foot cliff. Yeah. What the hell?
Professionals at work.
Yeah. Totally. All right, what happened?
Okay, first of all, this lady was very lucky that the boat was traversing her area because she was stuck. She didn't have she didn't have a radio. She didn't have any way to communicate. Obviously, cell phones, you know, Kodiak, whatever. But she was flagging them down. The vessel saw her. They called ComStay. We were doing flagpole stuff, like testing radios. I don't know if it was for the comm station or if it was some new stuff we were doing in the aircraft, but we were just doing radio stuff. And we got the call. It's like, all right. I'm like, ooh, cliff rescue. Haven't done that yet. Yeah. Check the box, baby. Yeah. So we're like, okay, Fognac Island, Mr. Camacho, you know, we're going to go. Let's head out there. We'll start talking about it on the way, figure stuff out. And then he kind of does this little U-turn thing. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I asked him, I said, where are we going? He's like, we're going to go land, drop you off, and pick up Watson. I'm like,
as in Bob Watson?
Yeah, I'm like thinking, and this is in my head. I'm like, what? Watson? What the hell for? Because...
I can totally see that.
Yeah, and and I know he's chuckling because he's got the radio. He's like, you know, he's like that dog in the cartoon. He's like, and I'm like, why? Mr. Camacho's like, well, he says you're not cliff qualified, so we're gonna go pick him up because he's been to cliff school or AHARS. And I said, Mr. Camacho, I've been to AHARS. I am totally qualified. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be on this aircraft, right? we're all qualified to do this. This isn't a thing. He's like, you sure? I was like, yes. He's like, all right. So we blew Bob off. And we headed out that way, and we were talking, and we saw the vessel in the water, so we kind of knew where she would be. So we get close to the cliff, and like right off the bat, all three, like Camacho and the flight mechanic are like, there she is right there, and they're pointing, and I'm looking out, and I'm like, I don't see her. And I'm looking on the cliff, a little bit higher than where she was, and I'm looking a little bit lower than where she was, because if she was where she was at, I'm like, we're not doing this. And then there, she's right there. And finally I looked, I saw her, I was like, oh, we're going there? I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, can we do this? Is this something we can do?
She's like right in the middle, about
she's
200
right
feet.
in the freaking middle.
Holy shit.
Like right in the middle. And in my head, I'm like, how the hell did she get there?
200 feet from the bottom, 200 feet from the top.
I mean, it's very, outcropping, cliffy, stuff. I mean, I could easily see how you could work your way up to that point. But I'm just like,
what are you
thinking
doing
to myself, like, what hiker would be doing that?
Yeah.
Idiot, So now we're like, okay, can we do this? Yes, let's figure this stuff out. They went up, saw the height. We figured out where she was, how high they'd have to be. Do we have enough cable? Okay, yep. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We talked about it. Traverse down, stay contact with the side and just shimmy down. Keep an eye on the cable as I'm going down. Make sure no rocks are falling on her. Flight mech was awesome. And we discussed this, like when the helicopter is that high up and you're that far down, every little movement they make is like exponential.
On the bond, for us.
So I'm like, okay, I got to move like 3-4 feet. If they move 2 feet, I'm going 8 feet that way, right?
For sure.
So I'm like, okay, how am I going to get to there?
Yeah.
And then next thing I knew, I was bloop, right there. I was like, oh, they're good. So she was perfect. She was on a ledge and biggest smile on her face. Like, I'm like, oh, and then I looked at her shirt and I'm like, oh, she's fishing game. This isn't like a regular hiker. She's fishing game. So she's a professional. She knows what the hell she's doing.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Until she gets to that point.
So I'm like, okay. And I kind of knelt down on the ledge, took a little bit of weight off the cable. So if I had fallen backwards, we would have had a shock load, and that would have been a crazy shock load. Yeah. But I didn't. And I put the strap on her. And at this point, I'm looking at the helicopter. I'm like, they can't see. I'm like, my thumb. I'm like, they can't see this. Like, let's just put it out and just point offshore.
Yeah, you're
got her
200 feet below.
200 feet. They're probably seeing orange.
Yeah.
On the cable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, let's go offshore. I'm ready. Pick me up. Because I looked up. I was like, oh. There's a lot of cable out. And slowly but surely we come offshore, and I'm sitting there with her, and we started spinning. Not crazy spin, just like rotating around. Yeah. And I see like the ledge come back around. I see the same ledge. I'm like, again, I'm like, how come we're not going up? What the heck's going on? Well, they were bringing me in as I'm coming down, so I stayed in the same spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't like I wasn't going up. I just wasn't moving. They were descending as I was coming up. And I'm like, oh, okay, they're right there. Whew, sweet.
That's so nice that they came to you.
They came to me.
Somebody who's not apparently qualified.
So we finally got her, we got her in the aircraft, and at this point they realized she was fishing game, and I think she was there doing like bird stuff, checking nests, checking eggs, birds, whatever she was doing. And she just got to a point where she was in a zone, she got stuck, at that point. And we just flew her back to her camp on the beach, and she gave me a hug, let her go, and flew back to the base. And I'm like, another one. No problem.
Check that box.
Like, yeah. These guys in here make my life easier. This is awesome.
Oh, that's great.
And then I'm like, okay, I walk back get all my stuff, walking back to the shop, and I think it could have been a Friday. I don't know, but it was dispersed. There's no one there except for Watson, and he may have sent anybody home. He says, "Just me, it's just me." And I walk in, and he doesn't even say anything. He's just laughing. He's like, ah, Bob's laugh. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, man, what the? He's like, I got you. I was like, dude, yeah, you got me for like a whole second.
It would have been terrible had you like not questioned it and got all the way there, and then to swap out and be like, I don't understand.
What? Yeah. What's going on? He probably would have got a DFC for it.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's Bob.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Speaking of DFCs, how's my air metal doing?
Your air metal that I wear is fantastic. Thank you for asking. Okay, we can get into that because at this point, yeah. All right, right now, I like this. So
was this before or after yours?
This is after.
This is after yours.
Yeah. So there we are.
I made a funny joke about it, but.
Yeah, but it is pretty funny. So this is like, I talk about this. This is episode 1 of this podcast.
Was this your episode 1? This is your first case?
Episode 1, my very first rescue. Yeah. Second day of duty. No, it's first one. No, the boat fire was like later.
Yeah.
My very first rescue was supposed to be, well, technically it should have been yours, but with a duty swap. Like schedule change.
Yeah.
All right. So let me tell you from my aspect. Okay. Yeah. So this is episode 1. If you want to hear that, go listen to episode 1.
I've heard it.
Yeah, I know you have. Multiple times.
Yeah.
So we are in the shop. I am now qualified. They move me from days to nights now that I'm qualified. Mm-hmm. This is where you and I really get to spend some time together. And we did a lot of swimmer flights together. And I remember that specifically because there are different little tips and tricks that you gave me at night that I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And one of them, and I will pass on to everybody, was like 2 chem lights. One in your mask, like the small one, and then one big one in the back that you just slide behind the back strap.
Put it on the strap, yeah.
On your strap. I was like, that's awesome. Because then you don't have to find the spot to like put the chem light back in front of it. Because, all right, so those that don't know, it's a Coast Guard. It's a ready for pickup signal, waving a chem light. And I'm like, oh, this is great. Well, that just expanded into more. Again, you had a ton of knowledge. So I was just like, I was a sponge. I was taking everything in that I could.
So you got to understand, when I was doing that, this was before we have the Triton that has like the little sleeve.
Correct.
Right? So now they can just put it in.
Yeah, which I don't even do that. No, I leave right in the back strap. Hell yeah. I'm not changing it now. That's bullshit.
There it is. Good. I mean, you're going up there anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was like, yeah. But when I say like you were my mentor, like I learned a lot. I learned so much from all the guys. I don't want to take away from any of the other guys, but you and I worked really hand in hand.
We flew a lot together.
We did.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was because they didn't trust me or what. I don't know.
No, it was specifically like Roach. I can't remember who Patrick's mentor was, and I was your mentor. So it was up to me to make sure that you. One, we're getting your stuff signed off, getting your flight qualifications done, and if need be on your flights with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we flew a lot.
Yeah.
It was so fun too.
Which was kind of nice because, everyone else is in there packing parachutes, and I'm like, I'm going flying.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Well, so I finally get qualified, and we're what I remember is the duty schedule got changed.
Yes. So we were on nights because remember the night guys so the day guys only stood 24 hours on Saturdays.
Correct.
At the time.
Yeah.
So they took the shift during the day, and then at nights we would take the shift on nights. And
then spend the night and leave in the morning.
And then leave in the morning and then do whatever. Well, I think something happened where like Jason Bunch had to deadhead. Somebody had to deadhead from nights.
Which was not uncommon.
Right. Which moved us all up a day.
Yeah.
So we all slid up a day.
Yeah.
So I took Tony took Jason's because Jason was leaving. I took Tony's. You took mine.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So you're now on my day.
Yes.
Which would have been my day.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's what I remember about that. The alarm goes off, and I went running in because we were done with all our work. 'Cause it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, because I was watching football or something.
I think the Georgia game was on, actually.
I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm like, I got that case. And you're like, great, get to the freaking helicopter, you knucklehead. Okay. And it turned into my first rescue. Freaking
Awesome.
yeah, I'm excited.
I like it. I mean, that means I taught you well.
I think, dude, my man, dude. All right, but okay, let's get to you.
Yeah.
I like getting back to you. So this is here we go. December 1st, 2000. There is an article that got posted in the local magazine, and this is what
It's a newspaper for the younger generation that
doesn't read his news. Yeah, if it's not on
newspaper.
if it's not on TikTok, it doesn't exist.
It's not on the internet.
All right, so December 1st, 2000. Headline: Crew of the boat saved. Copter finds craft afire in rough sea. 2 Homer men made it to safety after spending more than 3 hours Wednesday on the deck of a burning boat 60 miles north of Kodiak, wondering whether anyone would come rescue before they were forced to jump into the rough seas. All right, so later on in the article, there was a 22-foot skiff on board, but the men couldn't get to it. They had passed to a tugboat 3 hours before the fire, and Flynn said they held out hope that the tug would find them. They were 5 miles from the nearest island, Ushagat Island, one of the barren islands, which was uninhabited. 2 hours after darkness fell, they didn't know whether anyone was looking for them. But the Coast Guard had picked up Fox River's emergency signal, and Air Station Kodiak was notified of the signal at 5:39 p.m. Coast Guard Lieutenant John Milton and crew were flying the helicopter to the area to practice refueling from a boat when they learned that there was a weak emergency signal coming from the Barrens. Wearing night vision goggles, they moved in. All right, buddy. Take us from there. So you get launched out on a weak signal.
So the thing I learned about Alaska is search and rescue is just rescue.
Okay.
There's not a lot of searching involved. One, because those guys up there are smart. They have the stuff, right?
Yeah, very true.
So there's
very
beacons going off, EPIRBs, ELTs, like they got everything that in the game. So you're not going out searching. So we knew the general area where these guys were. And I like the whole night vision thing that you just said, because it's like here in the Gulf, flare boom, man. When the flare booms are going, dude, it lights up this guy.
Okay.
And we were, these guys were probably still over the horizon. We were miles from these guys. And the pilots go, I got him in sight. And I'm like, you're looking out the window like, What the hell are these guys talking? Because sometimes we'd wear NVG, sometimes we didn't.
Right.
Like, what the hell are these guys looking at? But as we got closer, dude, the sky was lit up because the boat was on fire.
Damn.
Lit up. I was like,
damn.
Whoa. Boat fire. Checking the box. It's like, dude.
I get to check that box
yet.
I get to check that box.
I haven't had a boat fire yet. All right, let's do this. But yeah, we get on scene. There's just 2 guys. I was like, why are there just 2 guys? I guess they were transiting the boat from point A to point B, and they only have like minimum crew.
Okay.
So like 2 guys.
All right.
But this boat's ablaze. We get there, and it's the back portion of the boat is ablaze. The front portion, so it's like crab boat type boat.
Okay.
The front portion is open. So there's a lot, that's where they work. There's a lot of space from what's going on in the back, where the bridge and the engine room, but it's ablaze. Like it's on fire. When we move up to it in the cat, you can feel the heat. Like, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You can feel the heat.
Yeah.
And I think Mr. Washburn was on our flight too.
Oh, Mr. Washburn. Awesome.
He was on yours, right?
He certainly was. Yeah.
I can't remember who the flight mech's name is to save my life, but he did a freaking awesome job. The 2 guys are on the bow, like they're doing the whole Titanic thing, like they're on the pole, like just ready to
Leaning
do
forward,
whatever they
arms
can
up.
do. However, they're lucky they didn't go in the water because the bottoms of their suits were melted. They were gone. They had like fire charred through their suits. Like they would have filled up with water and it would not have been pretty for them.
Oh man. Wow.
So our call was, we didn't know that at the time. We said, okay, they got their survival suits on. If we have to, we'll have them jump in the water. But there was enough space for us to just kind of like, the way the winds were, it was perfect. We just slid in the hoist mech, sent the basket down. One guy got in, brought him in. Next guy came in. And then that's when I saw the suits. I was like, whoa, you guys are lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just assess the guys.
Distract. Distract. What the hell?
Assess the guys at those
Way
times.
to distract us.
And flew them back, and it was just like it was another one of those. Job done, no problem, right? As the boat's ablaze, and we're just leave it. Just leave it. It's good. It'll do what it wants to do.
Yeah, it'll sink.
Yeah.
It'll go out.
Yeah. So I told you the joke, and it's not a joke because the guys that were on the boat that you did, it's like pretty crazy. But I said that our crew was good enough to just pluck them off the boat. We didn't have to make everyone jump in the water.
Whatever.
Or you just wanted to get in the water. Hey, just have them jump in the water. I'll go get them. Like, yeah, we can just pick them up.
I can neither confirm nor deny. Actually, no, at this point, I have to confirm it now. Melissa was like, get in the water. Yes, ma'am.
And ours was night too, so
ours was at dusk. Thank you. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you leave the helicopter?
No.
No. Sorry to hear that.
But that's all right. It's a burning boat. I'm like, I really don't want to be down there.
Yeah. Well, you know what? All right. So that's actually a great part of it is like you're there as a crew member to do whatever needs to be done. And if they had gone in the water.
Yep. I'm like, all right, if we have to put them in the water, then we'll do that. But
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But
we were all like, we think we can get them. I'm like, well, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
If we can't, we got plan B. But if it works, it works. And it was quicker. We were in and out. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dude, life saved.
Yeah.
Life saved.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. Thanks for setting the stage for me to take mine, okay? Oh, that's great. We're going to divert real quick to thank our sponsors.
Metro Aviation. Metro Aviation, the world's largest family-owned aeromedical operator, offers comprehensive aircraft services with 140-plus aircraft in over 25 states. The Completion Center installs medical and law enforcement kits and avionics, serving diverse aviation needs including offshore, utility, VIP, and corporate sectors.
All right, I'm going to go to the next one. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, this is kind of cool. So there's three things I want to read here, and I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
This one's a lot. So you got a letter here, which was really cool from Admiral Barrett, Rear Admiral, U.S. Coast Guard. And what's cool is I had an opportunity to meet him after my case. Super nice guy.
Yeah.
And the fact that he wrote this letter to you to the crew is amazing. So here it is. December 10th, 2001. Dear Captain Nelson, I was happy.
Captain.
Yeah, totally. Great guy.
Yeah.
I was happy to receive the enclosed letter of appreciation and add my thanks to those of Mr. Raymond Bromley of Eagle River, Alaska, regarding the outstanding response of the emergency situation on 17 June 2001 when his vessel hit a submerged object and began taking on water. The air crew did an amazing job, as did the communication watchstander, Petty Officer Michael Stevens, who was a most important conduit in the accuracy passing critical information into the life or death situation. As a token of my sincere appreciation for their outstanding innovation, I am happy to present members of the aircrew and Petty Officer Stevens with a 17th District Operational Excellence Medallion. Dude, that's awesome. Now, here's why this is cool. This is the letter directly from Mr. Raymond E. Bromley. Dear Sir, this letter is an attempt to express my sincere appreciation and thanks to your organization, and in particular, the air crew of Coast Guard Air Station Rescue Helicopter out of Kodiak, Coast Guard Air Station, Alaska, who responded to my Mayday call on the afternoon of 17 June 2001. I was just returning from a fishing trip with my wife, a neighbor, and his teenage daughter in our new 2001 35-foot Albin Express Sport Fisher when we hit a submerged floater just north of Cape Junkins in Kenai Peninsula coast. The boat began taking on water quicker than the pumps could handle, and I was forced to make a mayday call while trying to go south around the Cape to find a place where the boat could be breached. Kodiak Coast Guard Air Station personnel responded to the mayday call and remained in contact during the 35 to 45 minutes required to go aground Cape Junctions in Johnstone Bay, where I was able to breach the boat. By the time the water was coming over the gunnel area and had flooded the area under the cockpit flooring, I used a rib to send my wife and other passengers ashore while waiting for the rescue helicopter that had been dispatched from Kodiak. It turned out trees on shore were too far to be reached with the lines that we had on board. After your rescue helicopter arrived, we were able to put on board a crew used line together with ours to tie the boat off to a tree. This undoubtedly saved the boat from drifting off when the tide came back in, as the anchor manual release would not work and battery had been flooded in the cockpit, making the electrical release inoperative. The crew flew us into Seaward, where I made arrangements to have the boat salvaged and returned to Seaward the next day. My wife and I wish our express deepest appreciation to the crew of the Coast Guard Air Station helicopter, as well as Kodiak Air Station radio operator, who was so professional that day. I strongly suspect the crew aid in tying off the boat to shore was, as several other acts of kindness were not absolutely required by regulation. I do not know the name of the radio operator on duty that day. However, the helicopter crew who responded to us were Lieutenant John Milton, Lieutenant Bill Seward, ASD-1 Kurt Revels, AMT-2 Kevin Musfruti. And that is sincerely Raymond E. Bromley. Dude, I'll tell you, and actually, you know what? One more. There's a letter of appreciation here from Captain Nelson, who was our captain at the time. It is my honor to forward the copies of the attached correspondence from Mr. Raymond Bromley of Eagle River, Alaska, and Rear Admiral Barrett regarding a response to Mr. Bromley's emergency on 17 June 2001. Dude, the letter of appreciation, like this right here is I love this more than anything. And I've said this multiple times on this podcast. Getting a letter from somebody in the family or the person that we saved means so much. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, dude. I appreciate wearing your air medal all day long. My man. But that is just, dude, it just means so much. It's like, this is what we do. This is why we do what we do.
Yeah. And he's not wrong. We didn't have to do what we did, but we had time to do it. So it was like, well,
all right.
We followed him to make sure everything was okay. And I'm guessing we had the checklist ready to get done and ready to go if they didn't make it. Because their boat's taking on water.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they were screaming in to the shoreline. And those shorelines aren't like, it's not like cruising up to Pensacola Beach where it's nice and sandy, right?
No,
at least it was gravel. It was a gravel beach. It wasn't like the hard mountainous rock type of stuff, but it was gravelly beach.
Yep.
But they're cruising and they're sinking. Like they're,
as they're going, they're going down.
Yes.
You know what it reminds me of? Do you remember the scene from Pirates of the Caribbean when?
Yes, when he's just like right at the end, he's like, whoop.
That's them. Totally.
Yeah. And I remember them beaching it. I can't remember his family getting off because at that point we were like coming in, we were going to land.
Yep.
Walks over
Real quick, let me back up real quick. So when you guys get called, when you say you're following them, are you like literally doing circles around them as they're driving to the shore?
They're cruising in, and we're in a slow hover behind them. Just
oh no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Watching them.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Once we got on scene and we knew where they were, we were,
Just literally loitering behind them.
Yeah, just waiting for them to get there.
So if anything were to happen, if things were to go south very quickly, boom.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure we had the checklist already for swimmer deployment to. Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. Oh my God, that's amazing.
I mean, we're pros, dude. We know what we're doing, right?
Fucking right.
But we landed on the beach, and the tree line, probably exaggerating a little bit, but it was up there. It wasn't quite 50 yards, but it was like 30 to 50 yards off the beach.
Yeah.
So we needed a lot of line.
Okay.
Maybe that's exaggerating. This was 30 yards. So we needed a lot of line. So we had a lot of his line.
Yeah.
And like he said, we couldn't release the anchor. He needed one of those. I attribute it to the handle with the square thing, and like you clip it in and you like manipulate it this way. Yeah. We needed one of those.
Like
at the time,
the capspan type handle.
Didn't have one. They lost it, whatever. Couldn't release it. At the time, I was like, okay, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
So he had some line. We used the trail lines in the aircraft.
Nice.
And we had...
Which each of them are 105 feet.
We had the...
we have 3 of them on the aircraft.
The heavy weather bag.
Okay.
So which the trail lines are longer. So we used those as well. And I was hiking up, tying this thing apart, tying this thing up, cleaning stuff up because it was underwater. I mean, it wasn't underwater, but it was things. They were on the beach, but they were under. It was, if there wasn't a beach, they were underwater.
Wow.
So you're walking on the boat and all this stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
And he was helping a little bit, but I didn't want him doing too much because I didn't need him getting hurt while all the stuff was going on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, it would have been so much easier to just release the anchor and, get it up there. Yeah. So once I get this thing all tied off, get back to the aircraft, we're buttoning up and everything. And I looked down at the Erd and I went, oh, man. Like, there's one of those handles in the Erd. Like, man, I did like a half an hour of work. Like, this is the most work I've ever done on, like, leaving the aircraft on a swimmer flight. Everything else has been smooth. Haven't had to, like, do much of anything, because the crew's doing it for me.
Yeah.
I'm, like, in a dry suit in the summertime, sweating. I'm like, oh, man. Cussing a little bit. Trompsing through that like gravel and back on the boat, through the water, doing all that stuff. And I was like, man, if I had just had one of those handles. And I looked at the Erd and I was like, oh, it's a handle in the Erd bag.
So an Erd is our emergency recovery device that we use in case the hoist fails, because we have one hoist on the 860. So in case that fails, that's an option to get the swimmer back into the aircraft.
Yes.
It's a 1-to-1
emergency rescue device.
Yeah,
Yes.
3-to-1.
Yeah. Would it have fit? I don't know, but I didn't even think about it at the time.
I wouldn't have thought about it either, actually, until you mentioned
But that's exactly the, you put it in and you start cranking like on a sailboat, like the whole winch thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would have saved me 20 minutes.
Hey, those guys were sitting on the beach just chilling.
Yeah.
Kurt's doing a great job over there.
Yeah, the pilot's looking at you like,
yeah. You good? You good?
You're doing a
You
good
good?
job.
Yeah.
Keep going.
We still have fuel.
We got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
We took one engine offline. We're just chilling.
They're just sitting there.
Oh, man. Dude, that's awesome. So what was that?
Yeah.
What was the outcome?
So, like you said, the next day they came out, salvaged the boat. And
Well, did you-
they ended up
you took
saving
them?
the boat.
You
We
flew
took
them?
them. I
Okay.
can't remember where we took them, but we took.
Well, it says Seward, I think.
Was
We're
it
going to go to
Seward?
Seward, yeah.
So we lifted them off, and then they did whatever they had to do to get crews or to like document where the boat was, what was going to happen and everything. And when they came back, it was still tied up. So they're like, yeah, whatever you guys did, save the boat.
Wow.
for us. Yeah.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, I love it.
No, check in the box.
No, check it out. Boy,
Checking off boxes. Kodiak's checking off boxes for me, man.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I love it, man. Thank you for sharing that, dude.
Yeah.
All right, there's one more out of Kodiak that I want to touch on. And this one made another article. Let me hold off on that one for a second. Are there any other ones that stand out to you in Kodiak that you want to share? Because this last one that I'm going to read is a bit unique.
I mean, I had like the crab boats that you see on TV all the time. Couple of those, but this is the one that is like my top. Like,
Check this
yeah,
box.
this like
Let's get into it then.
good luck anyone else out there checking this box off.
Okay. There's only a handful of people that I know that they can check this box right here. All right, here we go. So this is the title of this article right here. Just what was the mysterious sighting off Chiniak? A UFO sighting off.
Nice start.
Yeah, right. A UFO sighting off Cape of Chiniak last week has residents buzzing, wondering just what they saw. The UFO in this case was an unidentified floating object, which witnesses believed was a submarine. You know what? I'm going to leave it at that.
All right.
All right.
So we're on duty. Actually, it was probably a day like today. It's freaking beautiful.
Okay.
Like flat, calm seas, like just beautiful skies. And you're on duty, right? Phone call comes in, says, hey, send the swimmer to maintenance. So I go over to maintenance, thinking, just going to do maintenance crew or duty crew stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever. So they call us in and they're like, so the line crew was there, pilots were there, me and the flight mech were there, and I can't remember the crew again. I'm sorry, guys. I have my freaking brain. But when you hear the story, you'll know who you are. So they tell us, they say, yeah, you guys are getting launched on a case. There's a seaman out there that has a crushed hand. They've done everything they can for him. You're going to bring him back here, and we're going to fly him to Anchorage.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, no big deal. It was kind of weird that they didn't set the alarm off, right?
Yeah.
So they said, so go back, get dressed up, whatever. So, and they said the pilot has all the information. He'll tell you when you get to the aircraft. All right, cool, whatever.
Roger that.
Going out there, get all my stuff, walking out to the aircraft. The AT's out there, and they're putting in secure comms. Like they're loading up secure comms.
Okay.
And I'm like, huh.
Wait, that's
they
weird.
didn't set the alarm off. Now we're on secure comms. We're picking this guy up. Like, this guy must be like a senator or something, some bigwig. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get another check in the box. So we're in the aircraft and we're like starting up, and the pilot goes, we're flying out to this position. When you're making your comms calls, obviously everything's on secure. And we're going to pick this petty officer up off a submarine, and we're going to fly him back to the base or whatever. I was like, submarine? Oh, this is kind of cool.
An unidentified floating object.
Floating object. So he said, they're supposed to meet us at this position. So
wait a minute, I'm sorry. They're going to meet
us at this position.
So you're going to go to the position and just roll up into a hover.
And we're kind of loitering around.
Yeah.
And we loitered for a good 20 minutes or so. But we had, again, because we're pros, checklist was done.
Yeah.
Baskets already in the door. I didn't go down because it's the Navy. They know what the hell they're doing down there. But we had everything ready to go. Said, we're not even doing trail line because it's a gorgeous day. Don't need it. Because they're going to be, once they, they're not stopping. They're going to keep moving. So it's just going to be basket in, basket out.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting. And I'm like, sitting by the door. And this thing popped up out of the water. I was like, wish I had cell phones back then.
Right.
Cameras. I'm like, oh my God, that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. This thing just popped up out of the water, The pilot goes, all right, going in, and he's like, flight mech, call me in. Basket's going out. These guys are still getting, coming out of their holes and like getting everything ready, and the basket's already going down. And they get out there. We put this guy in the basket. The basket's coming up. Those guys are like, getting back in their holes, and that thing's already going down. They weren't up like it was quick.
Wow.
Like they did not want to be seen.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm supposed to be like taking care of this, the basket, and this cat coming in here, and I'm looking out the door. Oh my God, look at that thing. It's cool. It's going down. Just like, it was like Red October stuff.
Oh my God.
Dude, that was awesome. And then the guy that came up, I looked at his arm. I put him in a cravat because they didn't have a cravat on him because I don't know if they knew how he was going to get hoisted up.
Yeah.
So I put a cravat on him, and he handed us like patches and stickers and stuff for USS Florida. But yeah, that sucker. And I was like, well, now I know why secure comms, right? They don't want to be seen. There's satellites flying around. They're like up and down.
Wow.
They were up and down quick. I'm like, dude, that was awesome. Checking the box. I mean, I didn't do much. I didn't do anything, but I was on that flight, and I was like, yeah, right on.
It's freaking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are not too many people. You have
a UFO.
Unidentified floating object. Bro, that is awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty sick. Dude, I can't say that. I don't have that box checked. I didn't even know I had to put that on my box until now. Like, I got to check that now.
I didn't know that was a part of the box.
I didn't either.
Part of my box.
You checked it. It wasn't on there.
But I can still see, I can still visualize that thing coming up out of the water. I was like, that's the weirdest thing. Like, you've seen things sink and go under.
Yeah.
You don't normally see things come up.
Yeah.
So watching that thing come up and just like keep moving and then right back down, I was like, man.
That's freaking sick, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
That's cool.
That's pretty wild.
Right on. Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that. All right, so now
that was really my Kodiak days. So.
Which is amazing. Your next unit is Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Went to Atlantic City, New Jersey. I had a different mindset after leaving Alaska. So I made first class in Alaska. So now the mindset is, okay, I want to, what?
Dude, real quick, I remember a story in Alaska. We're in the swim shop, and like the majority of the shop is in there, and we're just shooting the shit in doing a thing. It's kind of the end of the day, and Tim Adams comes busting out of Chief's office, and he was so mad, and he goes storming upstairs and slams the freaking cabinet door. Chief rolls out, points at you, and points upstairs, and you're like, oh. And you guys are walking.
Dude, everybody did that. They were like,
ooh.
Because love you, Tim. If you're watching this, I love you, dude. But his fuse.
Yeah, short fuse. Short fuse.
Boom, blows up.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to have any part of that. No part of that whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I mean, I totally remember what it was about. It was a whole transfer season.
Yeah.
Thing. And
we don't have to get into it. It doesn't matter.
And he was like, he slammed the door. I was like, whoa. Yeah. And I had to go upstairs. I was like,
I don't know what to tell you right now, bro.
I'm like, I don't know if my papers are good. Laura's not going to get her freaking insurance or anything. I'm good.
Oh, God.
I mean, it was... I was stationed with Tim for a while in Puerto Rico, so I knew Tim a roundabout, and I'm an easygoing guy, Yeah. So, yeah.
That was kind of funny.
That's not why they chose me, but that's why I went up.
But you mentioned first class because I think you just
first class,
I think you just pinned it. So it was like,
here you go, boy.
First class. Get upstairs. Thanks, Chief.
Yeah.
We're going to divert real quick to thank our sponsors.
Centum, the creator of LifeSeeker. When every second counts in search and rescue, LifeSeeker turns mobile phones into beacons, guiding teams with precision, even in remote areas. With a proven track record and hundreds of successful missions, it boosts success rates and saves lives. Learn more at Centum.com.
Anyway, all right. Switch to Atlantic City.
So headed to Atlantic City.
Yeah.
My mindset now is, because just had my daughter, and I'm like, okay, I want to make chief. Like I want that chief position.
Yeah.
And I felt like it might be easy to do in Atlantic City because at the time, I don't know what they're doing now, but we had two crews, Alpha and Bravo.
Yep.
And it was said that Alpha was supposed to fly north, Bravo was supposed to fly south, or vice versa. I don't remember. But so if there was a case in New York, Alpha would go.
Yeah.
If there's a case south towards Cape May or Delaware or Maryland, Bravo would go. But it was never like that. It was like, SAR alarm goes off, Alpha's going. And then if once Alpha used all their minutes, Bravo would go.
Got it.
So I was like, huh. All right. So anytime I had duty, I was Bravo crew.
Nice. Advantage of being first class.
Oh, I mean, it was good because the let the younger guys get the cases.
Yep.
I mean, I had some good ones in Alaska and other ones than what we talked about. So I was like, I'll just let them have it and I'll stay back and study.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of SAR. I remember some of the SAR cases that those guys got, but
No, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I had nothing to do.
When those guys come on, they can tell me all that. All right.
So from Atlantic City, so I was in Atlantic City for 3 years.
And then made chief.
So I went out early, made chief, went to Traverse City.
Okay.
And as soon as I get to Traverse City, Katrina happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I remember talking to you about this. Yeah.
I did not go once because I'm a new chief, so it's like, well, be responsible and send the young guys. However, I asked for volunteers, and everybody was like, I don't want to go. Well, a new chief trying to like, hey, strut my stuff, put out my chest, and I was like, okay, you're going. And then they're like, oh, chief, thanks for sending me down there, after everything that happened. But yeah. So I'm in Traverse City now. Oh, let's see. So I had a few cases in Traverse City. There's 3 that stand out.
Okay. And I have one that I want to read.
Yeah, you'll read that. That'll be the last one I talk about because that was really like the last case I did.
Which is cool.
So the first one, again, we didn't get launched on it. We were actually flying. And I was back in my home area of Chicago because they do the OPFAC. Well, at the time, they were doing OPFAC in Waukegan.
Yeah.
And we were 65s. They have 60s now, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
So 65s, we were in Waukegan. And we were just flying and doing stuff. You got to get in the air every now and then and just fly around. So we were offshore, and we saw this, like, debris field. We're like, what the heck is this? A cooler, tackle box, tennis shoe. You're like, what the heck? So we just did what we normally do. You kind of ride up on it. We slowed down, came down like low, and just started following it. And I think Chad Beaverson was on the flight with me. He was the flight mech. If it wasn't him, I'm sorry, Chad. I'm throwing you in the mix. But you kind of look at the water, and there's like this guy standing on the water like Jesus. Like you're just looking at him like, what the heck's going on over there? So we roll up on him, and his boat has actually like, it's still floating, but it is like capped out with water. So it hasn't like sank underneath him yet, but his boat is awash, but it's still like kind of floating.
Yeah.
And all his stuff had floated away.
What
the heck's going on? So like go down there, swim up to him. I'm like, I'm guessing you need a hand, right? Like I know you didn't.
Do you need a pump? No, it's totally underwater.
You didn't call for this, but can we help you out? And he told me his friend swam to shore. I was like, oh God, So get him in the aircraft. Thank God he did have a life jacket on.
Yeah.
And he says, my buddy has a life jacket on, but he's swimming to shore. So we're like kind of like heading towards shore, and then the pilot's like, the stuff was going offshore, this like the current was taking stuff offshore. So let's just kind of loiter around where the debris field was.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he was swimming towards shore, but he was getting pushed away from shore.
No
Yeah.
way.
So we found him and went down, picked him up, and took him back.
Under the free fall deployment?
Did I free fall there?
You know what? I'm going to say you did. This is
don't
my
remember
story
free
now.
falling.
I'm going to tell you free
The
fall.
first one I did. The
Okay.
second one I don't know if I did because I think there was. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember. I just remember the visual thing I have for this one is seeing the guy standing on the water. I was like, that dude's standing on the water. Look at that.
What a trip, dude.
Yeah.
And then
Just
you go get the other
we
guy.
just happened past, flying by, saw the debris field. And was like, this doesn't look right. Because you could see it was all lined up.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, man. That's freaking crazy. Dude, so you know what?
They were out fishing.
That's where I think some people are just lucky. They're the ones that are quote unquote praying for a miracle and they get us.
Get us, yeah.
Yeah.
They got me that day.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Dude, those guys I'm just trying to think about the dude swimming, right?
So
he-
that's the thing that gets me is even with the kid and the girl, you look where you're going and they're thinking that's not that far
Right.
to walk,
Yeah.
right? Or to run.
Right.
But when you're in the water and you're not a water person, like
Oh, it's a long way.
trying to do that is a long way.
Yeah. Oh, I look
and
at
then-
100 meters and I'm like, oh, okay, game on.
And then,
Yeah.
like you and I, we would have saw the stuff like going that way. I'm like, okay, I got to swim. Okay, now I'm swimming against the current. It's
Yeah.
going to be even harder,
Yeah.
right?
Because you got to swim faster than the current.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to get any hit.
So,
Oh, dude. Oh, my gosh.
and I don't think we even said anything to like, I think there's sector field offices now. You know, we didn't report any of this stuff. We just started doing it on our own. They would have had us doing sector searches, you know, all this stuff. And the
Yeah.
pilot was just like, you know what? Let's just like follow the debris field out and see if he's getting pushed out. I'm like, oh, you know, I think Chad was like, hey, he's over there splashing around.
Oh, my God, dude.
I'm like, good thing you had a life jacket on, dude.
Yeah, no doubt.
I didn't say that, but
No, but like, you're right.
yeah.
Like, it's a good thing you had a life jacket on. No, there's no.
Because again, it's summertime because
Yeah.
we're only in Waukegan in the summertime, but the water's still cold.
Right.
Like it's still cold. Cold
That's
enough.
epic.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Well done. Well done. You and the crew. Like,
Yeah.
That's cool. All right.
Let's see. One I don't talk about much because it wasn't a rescue, it was a recovery,
Yep.
but I do touch on it every now and then. So it happens a lot down here, and it was my last flight, like my last SAR flight. Kid in the surf disappears.
Over in
Right.
Waukegan area?
We're off of Michigan coast, south of the dunes. It's in a populated area.
Okay.
It's not like there is a beach line, but there's kind of like a cliff and there's houses like up on the cliff. So it's like maybe a 70-foot, and they have like little walkways that go down. It's
Nice.
family outing.
Yeah.
They go down there. There's beach, but there are like rocks and stuff in the water. So it's not like a Florida beach.
Okay.
There's stuff out there. And yeah, the kid was in the surf and disappeared. It's like, oh man, one of these. We flew the next morning. I can't remember if we were flying that night and then we waited and till first light. We were gonna fly the next morning. But we were on one of the legs going up the beach, and Max Bergeron, I remember him because he was my flight mech. He says, I got him. He's right there. And you could see him. He was in the sand. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's a body recovery, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to go get him. So they lower me to the water. They lower me down. I walk to shore. I had a blanket with me. Kind of had to dig him up a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Wrapped him in the blanket, and there's, a little rigor going on and stuff, so I couldn't move him too much. And then they were going to bring the basket into me. Mind you, there's houses. like up on the cliff line.
Yeah.
And these are like ritzy houses.
Okay.
And it's early in the morning. So people are coming out with their coffee. Now they're watching us. Yeah. So I got this poor boy like wrapped up in a blanket, putting him in a basket. And they're probably all wondering what the hell's going on. Hoist the kid up into the aircraft. Max just disconnects, sends the hook down. I go up. We fly to the airport. We let whoever needs to know that we found him.
Yeah.
So the mother and the coroner are on their way in. And I know this because because I heard the one you said where you had the kid. The kids are the worst.
Oh, yeah.
And then the mom showed up, and she's bawling, right? So, and then the corpsman goes in there, yeah, everything, whatever. And she had a picture. She had her kid's picture, like from school.
Yeah.
Looked just like Miles, dude. Like looked just like Miles's 10-year-old picture.
So
picture.
You haven't touched on this, but Miles is your son.
Miles is my son. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, dude. And that's and for this one, in my mind, when I see that picture, I see Miles in that picture. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Poor kid. It's so final. That poor kid. Yeah. Held his hand the whole way in.
Wow.
Yeah. His hand was sticking out of the blanket, and I just grabbed his hand and held it until we landed. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, this what a shame. So sad. Yeah. So kid, what was that? So I had a kid in Puerto Rico, a kid in Chicago. Well, the older kid, another kid. This was a kid. The next one you're going to talk about is 2 more kids, right?
Yeah. Damn, man. Are you all right? Do you need to lay down?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Man,
that one I don't talk about much because it wasn't successful to me. Well, I guess it was because you brought closure to the family, but
you're right.
Because there's a lot of ones that you'll never bring closure to the family, so they never know.
Correct.
But this one they know, but it's just you're just like, oh man.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's part of what we do.
I know. Yeah.
And I get it.
Yeah, and that was, and I think my next case was the one you're about to talk about.
So your very last actual deployment.
This is the last. So, and everybody knows search and rescue. You can get launched on stuff and never do anything.
Correct.
This is the last one I actually did anything on, because after that, I get launched, but I never accomplished anything. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I like it. So the last rescue, and what I really love about this, and we're gonna speak specifically to Coast Guard. Okay.
Yep.
Because this isn't the last thing you did.
No.
But in the Coast Guard.
Yeah, we carried on.
Yeah.
Actually, we're still carrying on.
Hell yeah, we are, dude. Dude, you know, like I thrive to be like you. Like you got me by 10 years and like I know where I gotta go. It's good. It's good. All right, so you this was written up, and I don't know what this is in. It says tribute to U.S. Coast Guard Air Station in Traverse City, Michigan. Honorable Dave Camp of Michigan in the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
Tuesday, July 18, 2006. Mr. Camp of Michigan, Mr. Speaker, I rise today to pay tribute to the members of the U.S. Coast Guard Air Station in Traverse City, Michigan, whose heroic efforts in the night of July 8th, 2006 saved the lives of 2 young men adrift on Lake Michigan. When the boys did not return home after a nighttime swim, the air station dispatched Coast Guard Helicopter 6551 to aid in the search mission. 6 hours after the boys' disappearance, the helicopter crew, Lieutenant Joe Kratt, Lieutenant Gabe Soma, Aviation Electronic Technician 3rd Class Bobby Teal, and Chief Aviation Survival Technician Kurt Revels spotted them clinging to a raft near Mackinac Bridge on the last leg of their assigned search area. As always, with limited fuel, the helicopter crew commenced a daring rescue. Lieutenant Kratt flew the helicopter into a stable position. Pedestre Teal used a rescue hoist to lower Chief Revels into the rough night waters. Chief Revels loaded the young men into the rescue basket. Pedestre Teal hoisted them into the safety of the helicopter. Lieutenant Soma navigated the aircraft to Pellston Airport, where emergency services successfully treated the boys for hypothermia. On behalf of the 4th Congressional District, I applaud the Traverse City Coast Guard Air Station for its tireless efforts to protect the lives and ensure the safety of every person under their watch. The heroism of the helicopter crew illustrates why this Coast Guard Air Station is the only unit to have received the Pregis Coast Guard Aviation Training Center Stabilization Excellence Award for 3 consecutive years.
That award is awarded from the stand team.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. At least, I don't know if they're still doing it, but that was, yeah.
So what happened, dude?
So,
Here we are.
so Michigan,
Yep.
you know how Michigan is, and then you have the Upper Peninsula. There's like maybe it's 2-mile bridge, the Mackinac Bridge.
Okay.
So Lake Michigan, like it narrows, so it funnels through this passage, and then it goes into Lake Huron and opens up.
Okay.
So the currents through there get smoking.
I could see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The seas weren't rough that day, but the current was ripping. So we're flying. Actually, all right, so back to the air station. We're about to get launched, right? They're sending us to an area. I'm like, okay, there's boat station nearby. The boat's going to get there way before we get there. Everything's going to be fine. Just going to wear a flight suit.
Yeah. Good idea.
Bad move number 1, right? So we take off, and we find out that the kids, they were on one of those those big tube trampoline things.
Okay.
So it's like a 12-foot
Yeah.
floaty thing with the trampoline in it.
Yeah, love 'em.
And I don't know what they were doing, but it broke loose, so it was floating. So they weren't in the water. They were on the trampoline, just chilling. It's a good thing they didn't get in the water, because
Yeah.
who knows what would happen.
Yeah.
Again,
Time out. Just real quick.
the hell?
Hold on. What? I meant to plug this in. I thought I had juice. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. So, kids on a trampoline.
Kids are on the trampoline, so they're not in the water.
Lucky.
Yeah, so they're not swimming around. One, I don't know, like, what was going through their mind. Maybe they had been sleeping on it. I don't know. But they drifted. And once they got in the current, they weren't anywhere near where we were searching. Not
Oh.
even close.
Oh my God.
So we got on scene. The sector field office, was what I call them, had a search in a certain area. And Mr. Klatt, his infinite wisdom, says, hey, we had plenty of fuel. We still had a good amount of fuel left before we had to go refuel. And we were
Okay.
waiting for another search coordinate.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, let's just go. I want to go check this. We're just going to cruise down this way. I want to check it. And everybody that was coming in this area knew that we were looking for somebody, because the big ore boats these big tankers, they got their lights on.
Yeah, okay.
Like search lights.
Okay. Yeah.
And they were cruising through, because that's their path.
The shipping lane.
Yeah, the shipping lanes
Yep.
that come under the bridge and stuff.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, we're near the bridge. Like, the current here can get crazy. Like, it can get crazy. And we were flying, we were cruising, and me and Bob flew right over him.
No
I'm
way.
like, dude, there they were. Yeah. I was like, dude, there they are. We like they were just outside. Like, you know, you're just looking out and you're like, oh, they're like, because they were still in the lights.
Yeah.
You know, because your lights are on and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, there they are. You know, back there.
Mark.
So now,
Mark.
So now in my mind, I'm like, okay, how far did we just fly? How close is the boat? So I'm like, where's the boat? How close is the boat? And they're like, boat's like 9 miles back there. I was like,
It's go time for Kurt.
we can't just sit here and hover next to these kids and wait for the freaking boat to come 9 miles, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, I gotta get dressed.
Because you're in a flight suit.
I'm in a flight suit.
And all right, so real quick.
Here, just for the new swimmers, if you're out there, if you've never done it before, put a flight suit on and a Triton on, and then in the aircraft, take the stuff off, put your wetsuit and your Triton on in a 65. Just do it.
Yep.
Just practice it.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep.
Especially if you're 6 foot tall.
Exactly. 6'3". 6'4". I'm with you.
Dude, I think this was Bobby's first like real case.
Yeah.
And again,
and if you're like me, I like going commando underneath my wetsuit. So
as do I.
Yeah, you're stripping down.
I mean, I had shorts under my wetsuit though, so or under my flight suit.
Yeah, but still, like like you're getting pretty much butt ass naked in the back of the helicopter to get redressed. You're like,
trying to put my wetsuit on, and I had the harness on, and it's all twisted and everything. And I'm like, where's the boat? And they're like 5 miles back. I was like, yeah, that's right. I'm like, we're doing this. And the kids were fine. They were on. They were just floating on this thing, just waiting for us to come down there. They're probably cold, but they weren't in the water. There was no. The only risk to them was us blowing them off the freaking thing.
Oh yeah.
So we were
flipping the thing
off.
over. Yeah.
We had the light on them, so they knew they were found, and they were just waiting on this dumbass here. And I think this was Bobby's first case because I can read. This is the one visual I have of this case was him sitting in the seat, and he's got the hoist hook in his hand, and he's like flopping it like this. You know, just waiting on me.
Oh,
the checklist is done, everything's ready for him to like hand me the hook so I can come to the door. So he's just like,
let's go. Flip it.
And we played hockey together, so I love Bobby. And I just remember looking at him. He's like, any day, Chief, down.
With all due respect, Chief, hurry up.
Let's go, man. The boat gets here and they take this. I'm gonna be pissed. So I finally get my wetsuit on, get the harness on, like go down there. And as soon as I get in, I'm like, dude, the current's ripping. Like I can feel it. Like I didn't even have to swim. It was just like pushed me. I just went right to the thing. Got one out, put him in the basket, sent him up. Got the next one out, put him in the basket, sent him up. And I'm like, where's this? Because I didn't want to because if you have a raft, you're supposed to like cut it up, right?
Right,
so it's not like. Right. And I'm like, where the hell is this boat? Like, are they coming?
Yeah.
Do I have to cut this thing up? This thing's freaking massive. Like, and I didn't want to because but I was like, oh, well, you know, school, they tell you to cut it up. Cut it up.
Big old inflatable trampoline. Yeah.
I mean, it's huge trampoline and it's towards the boating lane.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, fuck, I cut it up. Sorry, I said, but I might have to beep that. So I got the kids in the aircraft and we're flying to the airport, and it's a ways. It's a ways off from the lake. So we got a little bit of a flight, and they're wet. Now they're wet and cold. And so I was good. And we keep 2 blankets on the 65s, right?
Uh-huh.
So I reach back there to find the blankets. There's no blankets. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, who the hell? Me being the chief, I'm like, who did the weekly on this aircraft, right?
Who did the last inspection? They're getting an ass reaming from me.
These poor kids. Now they got I got no blankets for them or anything. But you know, happy ending. We get there, the parents show up, the kids, they're all alive, doing everything. Yeah, but I just remember like in a flight suit, I was like, oh man.
That's funny.
Because I've been on a lot of those where you go out and you're all ready. Yes, we're gonna do something, and then there's like the boat's on scene. You're like,
lame.
man. Yeah. There's a lot of those. There was
There
a
is
lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or when you're sitting in a wetsuit for like 2 hours,
Forever.
and you're like, oh my gosh.
They never get wet.
Yeah,
You just-
never.
you just
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a just in case. And
Yeah.
to what? Save the time to get changed in the back. Oh,
Yeah.
I've been the same guy. I
I'm
just
like-
want to be in a flight suit.
boat's gonna get him way
Yeah.
before we do.
Yeah. And then you get on scene.
Nope.
You're like, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Last operational.
That was my
rescue.
official last like water. Yeah. Rescue. Yeah.
In the Coast Guard.
In the Coast Guard.
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
say in the Coast
Yeah.
Guard.
I,
That's cool.
and I left Traverse City, came to Houston. I had a couple cases, a couple flights that didn't amount to anything.
Yeah.
And then my last flight was San Luis Pass. It's another one of those passes down past Galveston
Okay. Yeah.
where the current just rips.
Yeah.
And the kids, if they're playing, because they like to fish there, and they walk out, and then it could just drop off. And if it drops off, you're,
Gone.
So if the kids are playing in there, gone. So they're like, "Yep, kid went under San Luis Pass." I was like, "Oh, come on, really?" Yeah.
Come on, kids.
But by the time we got on scene, they had found him, had him back on shore. I don't know. I don't know the outcome of the case. Ambulance, they were driving off. So I was like,
UTMB.
I didn't need one of those again.
Yeah.
I didn't want that to be my last one.
Yeah. No, you got a good last one.
Yeah.
What a way to go out. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What an amazing Coast Guard career, dude. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that like the full realm of it. That's amazing. Yeah. Cuz you're in a unique spot where, like I said, you started where it's 243, right?
Mhm.
Rescue swimmer 234 243.
I guess I'm still considered an OG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because you were bringing it online, you actually had a whole bunch of stuff. Whereas you look at some of the old guard swimmers before you,
Mm-hmm.
like they were still being told, yeah, we're never going to use you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
they
then you-
went through a lot more of that than I did.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got my generation in the 500 realm. Dude, we went all
They don't go
over it.
flying without you.
No,
Hey,
yeah.
we're just gonna fly around the
Yeah.
flagpole. We need
Yeah.
the whole crew. You're like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then even nowadays, it's even more. Like on occasion, be like, hey, I'm just, we don't need you. We're just going to do pattern work. You can stay. Cool.
yeah.
Call me. We got to come back and get fuel anyway or whatever. So just stay in the base. But now, oh shit, they don't, no. You don't leave without a swimmer.
Nope.
It's amazing. So
And
anyway,
and listening to the stories, you know why, because
Yeah.
you're just flying, and all of a sudden, hey,
yeah,
we got this going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to go.
Hey, we're going.
Gotta go do that.
We're going here. Hey, we're going there.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, an incredible career, man. How many years? 20 what?
It was 23 years. Yeah.
Awesome. Dude. Love it. Yeah, well done. Well done. We're going to divert real quick to thank our sponsors.
Axnis. The Axnis PNG wireless ICS system delivers cutting-edge wireless ICS technology to any aircraft as a fully integrated system or as a carry-on, carry-off mobile base station. The PNG wireless system is the right solution for any mission.
This is what's great about you and I is like, it didn't end after
No.
you and I got out.
No.
Yeah. Now,
Like
I didn't retire. I did 12 years, but I got out and ended up joining Priority 1 Air Rescue and then working in the Gulf of Mexico. I've got amazing stories where I met Lenny Cunningham, Lane Absher, Troy the hell you say, and I mean, a list more. I
Yeah.
mean, there's endless guys that we could name that are down there that worked with us.
Right.
But I called you and I'm like, bro, we need guys. You want to come on?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you and I are
Will.
working together.
Will Milam,
Yeah.
Bob Watson.
yeah.
They were like, hey, they were actually trying to get me in before I was retired.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I can't leave yet. I have to wait, whatever. So yeah, I retired. Like my official, how the Coast Guard works. My official retirement wasn't until September, but I had like enough time that I could retire in June.
Yeah. Like vacation
Still get
time.
paid like
Yeah.
July, August, September. But I retired on a Friday, and then on a Wednesday, I was working. I was at Priority 1. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then that's where you and I had multiple. And what's interesting
So
is,
you and I, when we first were there, you were a swimmer, I was a swimmer.
yeah, so we were opposite.
So we were
course.
opposite. So we never like worked together.
We
for
would
a while.
hang out together
for a while. Yeah.
Which I was so excited about because every time you would show up, like I was looking at the duty schedule, I'm like, oh, Kurt's there. That means he's bringing all his CrossFit stuff. Yes. Truck shows up, gears all inside. Let's go, boys. Yeah. We're making up a wad.
Yeah.
So all right. So outside of that, and I ended up getting qualified as a hoist operator while I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you and I were ever on shift together as when I was a hoist operator and you were a swimmer. I don't think that happened. I think I was a swimmer.
Are you sure? I think we were. I think we did.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Because I distinctly remember us being in the same trailer. It's you, me, and Lenny.
Oh yeah. You know
And
what?
we
You're
were
totally
watching the Blackhawks and the Bruins hockey game.
God, yeah.
And I was cooking dinner and I turned the wrong burner on.
That's right. Oh
and,
my God.
and that glass pot was on the back and exploded. And we were flying glass shrapnel everywhere for like weeks.
Terrible. So
So I know we were on shift
You're right.
together. Yes.
You know what? You're totally right.
And that's the only reason I remember.
Oh man, we had some fun. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. There are a couple of like I'm gonna call them rescue missions that we had that stand out to you when we were working with P1 and Era helicopters in the Gulf. And the two of them that stand out to you, you mentioned me, burn case and a fractured hip.
Yep.
What happened?
So the burn case, and I think I was on Lenny with both of these, and he can correct me, but I'm pretty sure it was Lenny. The burn case, the guy was welding or doing something, and it was on a pipe, obviously, oil stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a flash. It was like, and it came, hit him in the face. So we got called out to go pick him up, and they made it sound like this guy was like 80% like burned up. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be gnarly, right?
Yeah.
We're going to have to do some work. So we couldn't land. So they hoisted me and Lenny down, and we walked over, and Lenny was doing his assessment and stuff. And the guy was in good spirits. He wasn't like super injured. He just had like, his skin was red, didn't have like major burns like you would think.
Yeah.
But he had long hair, and his hair was like just melted straight back. Just
No
straight
way.
back. Yeah. It's like,
Oh, wow.
So like the wind gust that came through melted his hair, and it was like that. Like you'd see in the cartoons when like something blows up in front of him.
Yeah.
That was him. His eyebrows were gone. His mustache was like just melted and stuff. But the guy was hilarious. Like he was saying stuff that was making me laugh, and I'm like, oh my God. Lenny's trying to work on him, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm trying to hide
Yeah.
your face. I can't
This
laugh.
guy was hilarious.
Don't let him see me laughing.
And he was adamant he was not getting hoisted. He says, "No hoisting. You guys aren't hoisting. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen." I'm like, well, we can't land. Like we're in the 139. We're on a rig. Can't take our weight. We can't land. It's not happening. Pilots, and I won't mention names because I don't need their names out there, but they did light on wheels. They came down like just tap, 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 tap type of thing, and we threw them in. We jumped in, and we took them to UTMB out here in Galveston.
Nice.
And I remember it was UTMB because their burn center is in the Gallows, dude. Like,
Oh, deep down.
dude,
Yeah.
you're going way down. I'm like, where the hell are we going? Because the emergency room's right there.
Yeah.
Most of these places, when you land, the emergency room's right there. And we were walking, I'm like, and it's dark.
Where lights come
And
on as you're walking down the hall.
He's hitting on the nurses, and he's doing like, I'm just like, oh my God, this guy is crazy. Yeah. One of my favorites. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Just because of the guy we picked up, I'm like, this guy's funny. He's just having a good old time. No, not a care in the world. Yeah, but it was fun.
That's hilarious.
And then the other one Lenny and I did was a guy had a broken femur. His femur was fractured. Cracked
Femur or hip?
Not femur, hip. Yeah.
Yeah, hip.
His pelvis was it was mushy.
Yeah. Okay.
If you've ever seen that, that's kind of weird.
So I have not seen that. That's
Yeah.
why I remember you guys coming back and debriefing this because there were times, like I said, we were opposite, like day and night on shift together, but I was day, you were night, or reversed.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I remember you guys coming back and be like, bro,
Yeah.
this is what we just saw.
So what I was telling you earlier, because it's an offshore, because it's like an official medical helicopter, there's FAA regulations on stuff you have to have on board, whether you're going to use it or not, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had that like metal
Scoop stretcher,
clamshell thing in the back.
Yep.
It took up space. I didn't like it. He had to inspect it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this piece of junk. I just wanted to like kick it. Just get rid of it. We don't need it. So Lenny and I are down there, and this time we landed on the rig. So we're landed, and they're just like, they neutral engines and just waiting.
Yeah.
So Lenny and I go down there. Lenny's doing his assessment. Guy's in serious pain. Lenny doesn't even really like, he can just like touch it and just tell. And I saw it. I was like, this guy's hurt. And Lenny goes, go get the clamshell. And I was like,
the clamshell?
Like my eyes opened up. I was like, like a puppy dog with a new toy. I was like, oh, what? The clamshell? That thing I want to kick out of the damn aircraft? He's like, yeah, go get it. I was like, oh, yeah, freaking. I run up there. I was so happy. Open that thing up, run back down. I'm like, yeah, we're going to use the clamshell. Like an idiot.
Oh, my gosh. That's great.
So, yeah, we put him on the clamshell. We move him to the longboard, backboard. And Lenny does his, like, fireman magic. He's got the... what are those straps called we used to use? And he's just strapping this guy in. He's like, he's in.
You're talking about spider straps?
No, it wasn't spider straps.
Did you use the webbing?
We used webbing.
Oh, and then, yeah. Like crisscross. It's almost like lacing somebody up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in there solid, dude. He wasn't going anywhere. And I'm like, dude, Lenny's badass, man. Look at this.
Yeah.
He's got this shit all square.
I know.
And Lenny's so calm. Like, man, makes my job easier, right? So we get him up to the aircraft. Because it's funny because before we left, the guy's in serious pain. He's like, what's your pain threshold? And he's like, it's like 22 out of a 10. He's just like, serious pain. And again, the SAR cases, there's certain things I remember. Lenny gave him a shot. I think he gave him the shot before we moved him.
Yeah. Probably. Probably fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, what's your pain threshold now? And he looked at Lenny, his eyes rolled back, and he says, it's wonderful. I was like, okay, time to move.
Pain's good. All right, we're good.
Pain threshold's good. Let's go. Let's get him up there. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's great.
But, I mean, there were other ones that we did that were awesome. And most of my flights were with Lane, Lenny, and Troy. Yeah. And then most of my flights were with Lucas, Boyd, Rest of Soul, you, and Ships.
Oh,
Johnny
Ships.
Yeah,
okay.
Johnny Ships and I worked a lot together,
That's right.
Yeah.
Because he was always bringing his bow and arrow stuff, and then you would always bring your CrossFit stuff.
Yeah.
It was never a dull moment on our shift.
No.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved coming to work with you guys. It was amazing. Oh, gosh. Dude, that's hilarious. Right on.
Yeah. So, P1.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, all right. So here's what I'm going to we're going to fast forward through a couple things because, again, you're still doing it. It's not like you're done.
No.
Which is just awesome to me. Like, I love it. You went to Saudi Arabia. Then you went back to Priority 1 Air Rescue for a little while. And you're currently working with Bristow Helicopters, SAR, in Galeano.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the Gulf of Mexico.
And there's some time off here and there, but for the most part.
Yeah, there was like
a break here.
Between, there was stuff going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to retire. I'm not retired. I'm going to retire again. I retired.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Get back into it.
Yeah, get bored.
That's awesome.
Bored.
So there's one thing that I want to bring up, and that is Saudi Arabia. Because, again, I go over to Saudi, and I call you, and I was like, hey, Kurt,
you want to come?
Kurt, you want to come over to Saudi Arabia with me? Yes, I do.
Sure, why not?
But you didn't just come over as a swimmer.
No.
Well, you started it.
No. So the whole I mentored you,
Yes.
the whole swimmer aspect of it, I had never been in that position before where I was hoisting. I go over there, roles reversed. Now you're my mentor. I'm like, huh.
I get to teach you
You're
how to
teaching
hoist.
me. Right on.
I was so happy. I'm still happy about
Dude,
that.
I can't believe I put that off so long. That's like, I loved it.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I was like, all the hoist seasoning we did over there.
Yeah.
I was like a kid. I was like, oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. Let me do it. Yeah. I'm like, woo.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah. Loved it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Did it for a little while with P1 Bristow, and then now they kind of took that away from me. So we only have one position right now.
Got it.
We're not dual qualified,
Well,
but I still have that under my belt if I ever need it. So
damn right you
yeah.
do. What's up?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Man, I'm truly psyched that you are still doing the job.
I am still doing the
yeah.
job. And I had word in my mouth, and I owe it all to Bob in Alaska. Seriously. Like
Bob Watson.
Watson.
Are we sure we want to give all that credit to Bob?
I have to because
oh, man.
I have to
Bob,
because
shout out to that guy, dude. I freaking love that guy.
coming from the units that I came from,
Yep.
I mean, kind of started the lackadaisical attitude I was starting to get with everything.
Yeah.
Kodiak opened your eyes.
Yeah.
And Bob was like, you better be ready, because Mother Nature doesn't care who you are.
No.
She's going to kick you in the nuts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. And I took that from Alaska to everywhere that I've been, and I still do it.
As you should.
Yeah. To this day, doing CrossFit workouts. I'm like, yeah.
So that's something else. You know what? It hasn't been mentioned, so I'm going to mention it right now, dude. Like you and I have been doing CrossFit for a long time. You've owned your own gym.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I love doing CrossFit. I love doing any like exercise and having a good time, but you're top. Like what I'm psyched about, what I'm about to say is that you're like the top 1% in the world of your age group. All right. So I got to throw that in there too, but you've always been there. Like, that's awesome. I'll tell you what, I'll even go a step further. Bob Watson always said that we were professional athletes.
Yeah.
We were just never paid for it.
Okay.
You are exactly that. Dude, you're a professional athlete. Like, it's kind of funny. You sit there and laugh. You've been in competitions. You've held your own. And right now, as of this recording, you are sitting at what number?
What did I say? 76?
70. Let's go 75 for a good round number.
Okay.
75, number 75 athlete in the world of your age group.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Thanks.
Hell yeah. Because I'm at like 46,000. I can't even keep up. It's terrible. You're 10 years older than me and I can't keep up. This is bullshit. Dude, I love it, man.
And damn it, got to give Bob credit because he instilled that in me. He's like, got to be ready for anything.
And I same here.
Yeah.
Like be preparing for the bearing.
Not to get on this CrossFit tangent or anything, but
That's cool. It's a culture. Sorry, culture.
I was still a Coast Guard swimmer. Well, I'm still a swimmer, but not a Coast Guard.
Yeah.
When I first started CrossFit, and I went to the first CrossFit gym, and I was like, oh, I'm in shape. I'm a swimmer. I'm in shape.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crush this.
Yeah.
Got my ass kicked. I was like, no, that's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
Went back, got my ass kicked. I'm like, dude, I'm in shape. Like, why am I getting my ass kicked? To this day, I'm still getting my ass kicked, right?
Totally.
It doesn't matter what kind of shape you're in because you're just going to go faster. It's just going to be worse and worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to go in with that mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is what we have.
Get your ass kicked in the worst situation. So when a situation happens and it's not so much of an ass kicking, you can just take care of it pretty easily. Yeah.
Very much so. And I've done a lot, like as far as workouts goes, there's a ton of people out there that say jiu-jitsu is one of the best things you can do. And I have dabbled in it. That's about it.
Yeah.
I know like there's a ton of guys that do it, and man, hats off to you for doing it.
Yeah.
I love the CrossFit environment, me personally, because of the weights plus the cardio plus the gymnastic side, and it's everything that we run into in a rescue situation.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden you're doing a muscle up out of the water onto a
To a
boat
vessel. Yep.
to get up on. And then, oh, by the way, you're going to be doing an overhead something to push something up outside of the bottom of the boat to get, like, you know.
Have you ever been lost on some of those oil rigs?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you can get lost and you're like climbing up steps and
Right.
ladders and you're like, I can see, I can hear the helicopters right there. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to get up there.
Yeah.
And you're climbing all over stuff.
All of a sudden you're doing Chad.
Like with a 60-pound medic bag on you.
Welcome to Chad. It's not the
all right.
workout yet. It is today.
Yeah.
1,000 step ups all the way up. Gets home.
Get in the aircraft. You're like,
Yeah. Sweating your
sweating
ass.
my ass off.
Yeah. So anyway, mad props for that. I just wanted to do a little shout out to that because you're an absolute beast, and I love working out with you. So and you've done very well. So well done, sir.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So there is one more story that I really want to kind of chat with you about, which I think is funny that your brother was also in the Coast Guard. He's a flight mechanic.
Yes.
And he is going to be on this podcast as well. But your dad, being prior Air Force,
Yep.
really didn't know what you guys did. He knew, but he didn't know.
Yeah.
But you have a story about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my brother Corey was an AMT. So he was a mechanic, 60 side, flight mechanic. We were actually stationed together, but at the time they wouldn't let us fly together.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Like they could have had a story there. So
Would have been epic.
yeah, so my dad was the Air Force. He knew what we kind of did. It wasn't like it is today where you see it all over the place. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have like all that stuff going on. So he only ever saw it maybe on a news clipping or something, you know, that's like a commercial or something.
Sure.
But he knew what I did, and he knew what my brother did. But he was working on a cruise ship, and I couldn't tell you where it was out of, but I know the helicopter had to be out of Clearwater because they were down there.
Yeah.
Could have been out of the Bahamas when they were doing their op-bat stuff, or it could have been in Clearwater. I don't know. But he was on the cruise ship while a 60 was coming in to do a medevac. And they send the swimmer down, you know, and he's in the flight mix, you know, doing his thing. And then they do their stuff, and then the swimmer goes up and they fly away. And my dad was like, you couldn't tell because they have their masks, their helmets on and stuff. So he's like, that could be Kurt. That could be Corey. And so he used it in his mind. He says, that's my son. That's my son. You know, watching it. And he's just like, well, you guys are freaking amazing. So the next time I saw him, he's like, dude, I have so much respect for you. God rest his soul. He says, I have so much respect for you. Like what you and Corey do is amazing. Yeah.
Oh,
and I was like,
that's awesome.
I mean, what kid doesn't want their father's respect like that?
Yeah.
You know? All you want to do is please your parents. And you're just like, man, you guys are amazing. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it wasn't you guys on the plane.
No, it wasn't us, but he could visualize.
Yeah, that's my son.
That's what son number 1 does. That's what son number 2 does. They freaking, and it was.
Dad, man.
He said it was.
Tear comes out of his eye.
And of course, because we're pros, it was a magical flight, right?
Yeah.
Swimmer goes down, trail line.
Yeah.
Right, trail line comes in, or comes out, and then the litter goes in.
That's amazing.
Drop the trail line, wraps it up, swimmers away, fly away. Yeah.
Proud moment right there. Proud dad moment. Yeah, buddy.
He told me that story. I was like, really? I was like, I was trying to find out like the day and who it was, but I never did. So.
Nah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? They did a good job.
I was still in when that happened. So
Oh,
he
gotcha.
was telling me that, yeah. Wild.
Dude, that's so cool. Bro, thank you so much for coming on and sharing all these stories, dude.
I'm sorry it took this long.
You know what?
but
I'm
you
not,
know
dude.
me, man.
We are literally doing Quinn's Whiskey Real ResQ Edition at your backyard as requested.
As requested.
As requested. And it's been like 3 hours ish. All right, at least 2.5. This is perfect. Perfect. So I want to ask one more thing.
Okay.
Again, amazing career, still going, 20 plus years in the Coast Guard, training with Priority One, working with Bristol. You've been with me in Saudi. If there is a piece of advice that you would pass on to everybody still doing the job, what would that be?
I know as most of us age up, you kind of like want to let that the craziness hanging out of helicopter part of it stuff go, or hoisting go. Don't let it go. Like, I know you want to let it go. Don't let it go. One, you're gonna miss it as soon as it's gone. Number two, it keeps you alive, because if you can still do that job, you're still moving. And we just touched on it. You just like jiu-jitsu, MMA. CrossFit, doesn't matter what you're doing. You got to do something.
Yeah.
You got to do something. If you're sedentary on your phone or computer, like, you're just wasting away, and it's sad. So just keep doing it. It might be a little harder, might take a little while to recover a little bit, but just keep doing it.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, just stay healthy. Stay healthy.
Okay. Dude,
I think it's easier today to stay healthier than it ever has been.
Yeah, there's a lot of information on how to help
the
you
internet
do that.
has crazy information.
Yeah.
Eat right. Obviously, if you don't drink, good for you. If you only have one vice and you're not drinking and smoking and doing other stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you just gotta stay healthy.
I like it, dude.
Yeah,
Right on.
and for the younger generation, do stuff. Like, get your adrenaline going. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, if you want to jump out of an airplane with a parachute, jump out of an airplane with a parachute.
Yeah, buddy.
If you want to go to Guadalupe and swim with the great whites, which is something I haven't done yet, it's another box I got to check.
It's on the list.
I want to see him in a cage, not outside a cage.
Okay.
Yeah. Do something. Just do stuff. Like, you gotta be bold, be brave, be ambitious. Because I think we're losing that.
Yeah.
It's just no, but it's hard. It's hard.
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Do hard stuff. Do hard stuff.
Absolutely.
Do hard stuff.
Do hard stuff.
Yeah.
Do that. Phenomenal.
Right.
Kurt, this has been an absolute pleasure, man. Here's to you. Thank you for joining me. Cheers, my brother. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here.
Go.
Now, it's time for me to pull chocks and take off. But before I go, I'm always looking for the memorable rescues that people have done. If you have one that you're willing to share, or know somebody who has a story, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to highlight it here at the Real ResQ. For everybody that is standing by for that SAR alarm, remember, those in distress are praying for a miracle. They are going to get you. So until next time, fly safe and swim hard. Thank you for joining me today here at the Real ResQ Podcast, powered by Vertical Helicast. We'd also like to say thank you to our sponsors for this episode.
Airbus. Airbus provides the most efficient helicopter solutions to its customers who serve, protect, save lives, and safely carry passengers in demanding environments. Its civil and military helicopters are flying all over the world, making missions possible. Visit airbus.com for more information.
Metro Aviation. Metro Aviation, the world's largest family-owned aeromedical operator, offers comprehensive aircraft services with 140 plus aircraft in over 25 states. The Completion Center installs medical and law enforcement kits and avionics, serving diverse aviation needs including offshore, utility, VIP, and corporate sectors.
Axnis. The Axnis PNG wireless ICS system delivers cutting-edge wireless ICS technology to any aircraft as a fully integrated system or as a carry-on, carry-off mobile base station. The P&G wireless system is the right solution for any mission.
And
Centum, the creator of LifeSeeker. When every second counts in search and rescue, LifeSeeker turns mobile phones into beacons, guiding teams with precision even in remote areas. With a proven track record and hundreds of successful missions, it boosts success rates and saves lives. Learn more at Centum.com.
so I'd like to hear the funniest thing that ever happened to you on a training swimmer flight. What's yours?
Okay. I got two.
Okay.
One happened to me, and the other one happened on a flight that I was on, but it didn't happen to me, but I was there when it happened. So it's
very funny.
Kind of happened to me. Okay. Because it didn't happen to me, it's funny as hell. So the first one happened to me in a 60. We were in Pensacola, and just to get the story going, I fell out of the 60. Okay, and everybody's going, fell out of the 60. What the hell?
What the?
All right, so now I'm. So we've already done a couple evolutions, in, out, in, out. And I'm in the door. We're at 30 feet. Get the check swimmer, belt comes off. Once we get to like that altitude where you're comfortable, so you kind of shimmy a little bit forward, right? You're getting ready to go because I'm comfortable. As soon as I get to taps, I'm out of here. Well, I'm sitting on the deck and I use my hands and I lift my ass off the deck to push myself in the air. So my hands are just on the deck. Mind you, my gloves are wet, the deck's wet, right? Yeah. And I'm close to the deck. And it's just like gripping the pull-up bar, with this grip instead of a suicide grip. Ball, yeah. So I'm here and my hand goes
slips off,
and I'm like, and I tumble out of the aircraft. And I hit the water, and my mask, and I hit this, the side of my body, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna hurt, And I can only imagine the flight mech's like, swimmer's way. The pilot's like, what?
Oh my God.
So yeah, I fell out of a 60.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's in Mobile.
Yeah.
You're doing those nonstop, so you got to add excitement, right?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
And we weren't at 15 feet yet. We were probably like 20 something, and I was comfortable, not landing on my side, but I was comfortable with the deployment.
Yeah.
And yeah, just
gone.
There we go.
Okay, there's one.
And the second one, again, Mobile. We're in Mobile Bay. I can't remember if we went to Mobile Bay Station and went out on the boat and then worked with the helicopters as they were coming in. But me and the other swimmer were on the boat. And when they got done doing their boat stuff, like hoisting to the vessel, and it was time for us to get in the water. So we go to the back of the boat and put my fins on. I'm in the water, floating away. And all I see is the pilot, they got the visor down. Yeah. And all I can see is his teeth. I'm like, what's he smiling at? So I turn around and I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious. The swimmer that was with me was going off the side and he got his harness caught on the cleat. So he's half in the boat, half out of the boat. And it's a little choppy. Half in the boat, half out the boat, caught on a cleat, and he's in the water, out of the water, in the water, out of the water. And he's stuck, and he's got all his weight, so he can't get himself off. He needs someone else to help get him off. Well, one of the boat guys finally come out and sees what's going on and, try to, muscle him up. So when he's in the water, they muscle it up just enough because there's just enough tension release that they can get him off. And he slides away, and I was rolling, dude. I didn't let him live the end of that for a long time. That was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Because he was come out,
Straight up
come out.
waterboarding.
Come out. Yeah, he was getting waterboarded big time.
Oh, shit, dude.
that's
That's so
funny.
funny. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Dude, thank you so much for this. I appreciate it. Done.
Right on.